Pro. Grab Motorola Edge 60 Pro today.
JK Tire, Smart Tire. Co-powered by.
मजे को दुगुना करना है, मजे को तीन गुना करना है। गाजी, रोहन, कमाल से।
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं। उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
Across the country.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones.
Welcome again to our continuous coverage here on NDTV of the big election result day, Bihar, and it has been a complete sweep for the NDA. If the opposition thought Maharashtra was a nightmare, it just seems that it continues here in Bihar, Veera, the kind of numbers that we have seen.
You see, my friend Ankit, whether it is for the Yadavs or whether it is for the Congress, the only bit of good news that's coming in from is Jubilee Hills. Why I say Yadav is because the Congress candidate there is Naveen Yadav. Why it's an important result is because BRS had swept Hyderabad in 2023. This was a very crucial election for the Congress. The first seat and the only seat the Congress will get inside the Hyderabad area. So, you know, only southern comfort, northern discomfort.
So they don't want to look at Bihar today, they would want to look at Hyderabad. I want to start with the headlines at this moment. Nemo factor trumps the Mahagathbandhan. Nitish and BJP set for a clean sweep in Bihar. Biggest shocker, Tejashwi Yadav trails in Raghopur bastion. BJP Satish Kumar Yadav leads with over 4,000 votes. Mahagathbandhan staring at double-digit defeat in Bihar. Deputy Chief Minister, face of Mahagathbandhan, Mukesh Sahni, speaks to NDTV, says we will mull over our failure. And it's a golden duck for Prashant Kishor's party's debut. Suraaj fails to open account. AIMIM leads on 6 seats in Bihar, more than the Congress party. Congress maintains massive lead after in Jubilee Hills by-polls in Hyderabad. BRS candidate loses edge. BJP cries conspiracy. a day this has been. 204 at this moment on the leaderboard as far as the leads for the NDA is concerned. The BJP, JDU outperforming themselves when you compare them to 2020, closer to what we saw in 2010. Before we start talking here in the studio, Vasudha is joining us from Patna. The action, of course, on the ground there. Vasudha, I don't know which office you are standing at this moment. It seems to be the BJP office, I'm sure, or the JDU. I mean, with this kind of mandate, the opposition, when it comes to the Assembly of Bihar 2025, where we have been doing so many shows, they will be curtailed to a very small corner.
Absolutely, Ankit. You know, and this is something we've discussed often. This is the BJP that takes every election very seriously. I remember 2017 Gujarat elections when the BJP came close to losing. The next election, they worked so hard that they got a record-breaking 153 seats. Same thing happened in 2018 Madhya Pradesh elections. 2023 Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh was completely different. 2020 Bihar was a different game altogether. And now look at the NDA. There is no analysis that is fitting into this 200-plus victory because every community seems to have voted for the NDA, and this is a message that the people of Bihar have given out to the Mahagathbandhan. There's a lot to introspect. I have very important, these are cadre of the BJP, workers of the BJP that I've seen in the last few days work very hard. ये बताइए, प्रभात जी actually looks after the office here. आपके लिए ये जीत कितने मायने रखता है?
आज के इस जीत को मैं एक लाइन में कहना चाहूँगा, फूट गया लंटेन, बह गया तेल, चल गया एनडीए का रेल। और बिहार की जनता ने यह स्पष्ट जनादेश दे दिया कि बिहार में जंगल राज की पुनरावृत्ति नहीं होगी। जिसने एलईडी युग में लाया, लंटेन से निकाल के एलईडी युग में लाया, जिसने बैलगाड़ी से मेट्रो की सवारी तक लाया, जिसने चचरी से पुलों को जाल तक लाया, बिहार की जनता ने उसको मैंडेट दिया। नरेंद्र मोदी जी का अथक प्रयास, नीतीश कुमार जी का अथक प्रयास, नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने बूथ अध्यक्षों के साथ जो संवाद किया, महिलाओं के साथ जो संवाद किया, युवाओं के साथ जो संवाद किया, उसका परिणाम आज दिख रहा है।
So Prabhat ji, yes, you came up to me some days ago and he said कि नयाब सिंह सैनी जो कास्ट के है ना, वहाँ का हूँ मैं. So this is also a party that gives importance to a lot of people from the EBC, OBC communities and that seems to have worked. Madam, आपके लिए क्या मायने रखता है? नारी शक्ति के बारे में बहुत बात हो रही है अभी.
बहुत ज़्यादा मायने इसलिए रखता है कि ये जीत अगर हम देखें और माने तो ये आधी आबादी की जीत है। जिस तरह से आपने भी देखा होगा, न्यूज़ रूम में आपके चल रहा होगा कि किस तरह से बूथ पे लंबी लाइन महिलाओं की लगी थी, तो ये जो स्पष्ट जनादेश है, ये हमारी महिलाओं को जनादेश है, ये यहाँ बिहार के युवाओं को जनादेश है, ये बिहार के किसानों को जनादेश है और यहाँ का भविष्य, जो बिहार एक सुंदर भविष्य देखना चाहता था, बिहार ऐसा हो, वो सबको पता है कि एनडीए ही ऐसा, ये डेवलपमेंट इस तरह का
is becoming the default party. Let me also show you the kind of celebrations that's going on. Ankit and Veera, what happens at 5 p.m. is all the BJP Bihar leaders will assemble here. There's a celebration of there's an utsav that's going to happen here. So all preparations are taking place and the BJP unit in Bihar waited for a long time to get that go ahead from Delhi to start celebrating. So while we kept asking them, when are you starting? And I've been running away from crackers because what the scene is in Delhi, but here they're all like, they've gone full on, they're celebrating now. The mithai has come and of course everybody's waiting for the NDA celebration to take place around 5 p.m. the BJP celebration and of course the Prime Minister's address at 6 p.m.
Before we let you go, can I ask you?
Don't let her go. Ask her when she's coming back to Delhi. I mean, is she planning to stay on in Patna? Seems very happy there. Vasudha, if you could hear me, when are you coming back to Delhi? Are you planning to stay on in Patna? You seem very happy there.
Okay,
we lost that.
Okay, let me very quickly, because Vasudha was telling us 5 p.m. is the celebration. It begins in the headquarters of the BJP in Patna. But the big celebration, of course, would be at the BJP headquarters here in the national capital when Prime Minister Narendra Modi at 6 p.m. would be. And that has become almost like a tradition now, Aishwarya. Every victory, Prime Minister comes, speaks to the Karyakartas, and it's a message once again that he delivers of how the BJP Karyakarta is important in every victory.
Well, certainly, and yes, of course, Vasudha certainly wants to stay there in Patna for next few days because the celebration that is happening in Patna, the kind of same atmosphere is here in Delhi as well. And after so many months, we are witnessing this kind of energy, enthusiasm that the Bharatiya Janata Party Karyakartas are having. There are dhol nagaras at the BJP headquarters, the workers celebrating over here, the kind of historic mandate that the Bharatiya Janata Party have got, it's huge in itself. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in all likelihood would be coming to the BJP headquarters to address the cadres at around 6 p.m. And let me go across to the Bharatiya Janata Party Karyakartas over here. कितनी बड़ी जीत मानते हैं आप लोग आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी की?
बहुत बड़ी जीत है भारतीय जनता पार्टी की और ये सुशासन की जीत है, विकास की जीत है, नरेंद्र मोदी जी के विश्वास की जीत है और नीतीश कुमार के कार्य की जीत है। भाजपा और जेडीयू के मिलकर जो लड़ाई लड़ी है उसकी जीत है।
बिहार से अब पश्चिम बंगाल का बिगुल बज चुका है, आपको लगता है?
बिहार के जनता ने, बिहार के लोगों ने ये बता दिया है कि जाति चाहे अनेक हैं फिर भी हिंदू एक हैं। सनातन का झंडा पूरी मजबूती से लहरा रहा है। भगवा आ गया है, भगवा आ गया है और पूरी दुनिया में छाएगा।
Credit goes to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Nitish Kumar as well. And as we can see over here, the barricading is on. There are big screens that are now being stalled because Prime Minister is all likelihood going to come at BJP headquarters at 6 p.m. Gauri Dwivedi is with me as well here at the BJP headquarters. The kind of energy, atmosphere we are witnessing, it's after a very long time. And certainly the BJP Karyakarta are saying that this is just the starting. The result will be ending at in the West Bengal elections. How do you see this energy?
Absolutely, Aishwarya. And you know, while you were talking to several of those Karyakartas, and you know, let's to tell Ankit in the studio also that every single one of them had something to say about the Laltain. You see so many of the Laltains here, and every single placard actually had Laltain is now going to be run by LED. And I think that's the most important part. 3 hours to go for the Prime Minister to come and speak to the Karyakartas. Extremely important, the messaging that will be there.
And the Karyakartas have brought the Laltain with them with the LED installed on that. So certainly they are saying that now Laltain is no more in the state of Bihar, and they will be, all collapsing because the kind of mandate that the Bharatiya Janata Party.
About development.
Aishwarya, early in the morning you were talking about laddus that were being made. Have you had your share of laddus? Has Gauri Dwivedi got her share of laddu?
I'll certainly ask her, but in the morning there was sattu ka paratha along with jalebis. In the afternoon we had litti choka. Gauri, you had your bit of share of the litti chokas that was given at the BJP headquarters.
Trust me, everybody has had litti choka. It's been a morning of litti choka, and that's really the whole thing here. Every single person.
We've had better litti choka in the studio.
That litti choka, at least the way we are speaking, is a national food at this moment.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's all that we have been speaking about. At least for the day, it becomes a national food. But thank you, for joining us. We'll keep coming back to you. Fantastic scenes there. But I just want to very quickly on the leaderboard just show our viewers. Just look at the scale of this victory. 207 at this moment is the NDA. Mahagathbandhan at just 30, 84 down from what they were last time. And if you compare, Jay, this to 2020 and 2025.
I'll go ahead with the,
So
206 is the same that the Alliance got in 2010.
Exactly.
The big landslide of 2010, that's headline number 1. Headline number 2 is the 2010 numbers achieved with a 10% greater vote share. They were 38 that time, now they're 48% vote.
Okay. And that time, I'm just getting some breaking news. Anand Singh has been declared a winner. This is possibly the first win coming in for the NDA. Anand Singh, the very talked about Bahubali, Dawn, whatever you want to call him, but he has won. He is in jail and he has won from jail. Subhrashtra, this was one moment when this incident. All right, Vinod Tavre is speaking, has been a very important man as far as the BJP strategy in Bihar is concerned.
करू शकतं तर त्याच्यावर बिहारच्या जनतेने जातीच्या पलीकडे जाऊन शिक्कामोर्तब केलंय असं माझं ठाम मत आहे आणि त्यामुळेच एनडीएला इतकं भरभरून यश बिहारच्या जनतेने दिलंय. प्रश्न एक विचारला जातोय की आता मुख्यमंत्री कोणाला केलं जाणार, भाजपच्या जागा जास्त. मला वाटतं मागच्या वेळी.
All right, so Jay was saying that he has said that people have voted for the NDA, but Subhash, I was coming to you. That moment when this whole incident happened during the campaign, the Mahagathbandhan tried to pitch this as the new Jungle Raj. That was the narrative that was they tried to build. Anand Singh was also arrested. We saw Lalan Singh going there, campaigning for him, telling everybody, you become Anand Singh now. It seems that all that has not mattered to the voters of Mokama. He is the clear winner there.
Ankit, you've been on ground all this while. Please tell me if any voter in Bihar would have bought the argument if they looked at Danapur also, which had Reet Lal Yadav.
Yeah.
In Maner, you had Bhai Narinder. In some, I forget the name of the district, but there was Munna Shukla's daughter.
Lalganj, Shivani's daughter.
Yes.
In Lalganj.
And then Osama Sahib. So these, you need to understand that in Bihar, especially with respect to Mokama, Anand Singh has that cult appearance because he has intervened where state has failed.
No, but that Robin Hood thing is
but hang on.
All these, whether Suraj Bhan is also, at least in his area, is known as somebody who has intervened when the state has failed. Interestingly, the so-called Bahubalis or the Dons who have fought on the NDA ticket have all won, and the ones those who fought on the MGB ticket have all lost.
So then that makes it very clear that this is, irrespective of what is there, it's played out. I just wanted Jay to clarify on one thing, because I've been getting a couple of messages on how many rounds are done. Because you see, even the RJD spokesperson raised that, saying that, boss, there are only 11 rounds are over, there'll be 18 more rounds that's there. Can we give an idea as to where we are in terms of the counting process?
So tell us where we are, but largely it's more than 23 rounds. On an average, 23 to 25 rounds in most of the constituencies.
No, about 60%. Could we safely say 50 to 60% of the vote?
At least 50. Because in a constituency like Raghopur, we are still on round 12 being reported. Maybe the 15th one is going on over there.
Okay, round 12 would
being reported of 30.
Of 30.
But so it is safe to assume that the leads we are getting from our own mechanism are reporting round 15 or 16. Okay. The EC is slow. This is almost on the spot.
And the lead is about, in Raghopur, what? Tejashwi is trailing by about 4,500 votes, is according to...
Yes, 4,570 votes he is trailing by.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay, Professor Udrina, you wanted to make a point. Like we are talking about the first victory coming in for Anand Singh, he was the spotlight at one point of time. It seemed that the election in Bihar is only being fought in Mokama than any other place.
Yes, actually, the Anand Singh election went on the social media in a big way. And also, the Bihar is an interesting state where the kind of development with the muscles power goes together. Like, this entire Sasaram area, Mohan Bind and all, this history of mafia and the muscle minds were there. Now the development, when the development, sense of development came among the people, this decreased a little bit. But even then, structures, stereotypes of those mafia, the culture is still there. This is transferring to the second generation. Son and daughter and wives of all the mafias, they are contesting elections.
So Sanjeev Srivastava,
so it means mafiaism is a symbolic power which they derive from their work and transfer to their son and daughters.
So the only Bahubali that we know in the south is the one that Prabhas acted. So Sanjeev Srivastava, Bahubali phenomenon. You want to weigh into this?
See, Bihar politics has always been, the Bahubalis of Bihar and UP have been talked about for long. And so have been the Bahubalis of South, very honestly. But the interesting point is, Bahubalis of NDA have won and Bahubalis of Mahagathbandhan have lost. So the trend, the underlying thread has been with the NDA. So Tom, Dick or Harry and their uncles.
It has not mattered what is your background or whether you're Bahubali or not. They have gone with NDA despite it's only like you were talking about Osama Saab. I want to just very quickly show his constituency. A lot was spoken about him during the campaign as well, about his father. He at this moment is leading as far as the Raghunathpur constituency is concerned. One thing that Osama Saab did throughout this campaign, no matter how many times we tried to get an interview out of him, he said, I'm not going to speak, you have already made up. I speak, it will create controversy, it will ruin my election. He stayed away from the media and at this moment at least he's leading as far as his constituency is concerned.
And leading by 19,000.
I think it's a cue for most politicians who are contesting. They actually should shy away from media interviews till, the last voters count, because at the end of the day, you have to convince your voters.
Yeah.
Even if you convince the media that you are the it factor, it doesn't really matter if it doesn't translate into...
I hope no politician is listening to this, because we have many elections to cover. We need to keep getting all this out there.
Charu Pragya of the BJP is also with the... All right, she's going to join us in just a short while from now. Veera, go ahead. You were...
No, I just wanted you to give a context to those who don't know of this Osama Shahab. Because for a lot of us who don't follow Bihar as closely, give us a context on why it's important.
Mohammad Shahabuddin, that's his father's name. And Mohammad Shahabuddin has been at one point of time, like I said, with every Bahubali, there is a section that will call him the Robin Hood. And the other one, a large section, used to be the terror of Bihar at one point of time. That was Mohammad Shahabuddin. Professor Narayan would want to elaborate on that. He's the son, and this became a big talking point in every single rally of the Prime Minister, Home Minister. His name was also taken.
And he's still leading.
But he stayed away from the media glare, kept saying that whatever people want to say about my father, I am my father's son, but I am not him.
This is what I wanted to get at.
Just going to talk about this media and the controversy. Many leaders, like Narendra Modi, once delivery lecture with the BJP MP, told Delhi is a very difficult place. Be aware, people will come with the mic and will tell something, it will create controversy. so media is that kind of...
in NDA MP's meeting. He said in the NDA
MP meeting.
In 2000.
So even Kashiram used to tell to these party cadres, don't talk to the media, because media will sometimes take you.
Rashtriya is giving all this advice is a little scary for me, because we are going into a town election.
Take what she's saying seriously, because she's giving this time now for free. After that, she charges for this advice when it comes to the election.
That's why, BSP for longer time won't interact with the media.
Parties have spokespeople, right?
Yeah.
Candidates, if they start giving interviews, there are problems. Look at all those candidates who gave media interviews after media interviews. Where are they today?
But there is, I will tell you, very quickly, Ankit, I think elections are the best time because it's easiest to catch a politician in an election. So, for instance, there are people, they're available for you 24/7 whenever you go. And they said, why they give interviews is this, that free mein publicity aa raha hai, there is no publicity, bad publicity.
It's so easy that Veera can fly down from Bengaluru and every politician in Bihar wants to make
But they all were staying at the Maurya Hotel.
I just want to very quickly shift our focus to this, Saharsa constituency. Important. Why I'm saying that? Because this man, IP Gupta, and with his inclusion in the Mahagathbandhan, the hope was that he is going to be the additional factor. We keep talking about how the MGB has not been able to expand their base with the VIP and IP Gupta. This was the attempt that Tejashwi Yadav this time made to expand his base, get into that EBC vote bank. IP Gupta, Ajay, is trailing by about 13,000 votes when you compare it to the BJP candidate who is in fact contesting there. So JSP, no impact. This also tells you that traditionally these the castes which were seen closer to the NDA, and I'll just give you a very quick example. I went to Bhagalpur. In Bhagalpur there is a sizable chunk of the Tati Tatwa community. I spoke to them. They kept saying jobs nahi aa raha hai. I'm a graduate. I'm still in the dying business of the Bhagalpur silk and everything else, but I'm still voting Nitish Kumar because I think he's the one who can change it.
No, this is fascinating. See, this seat is also an example of confusion in the MGB. There was a Congress candidate here as well.
Yeah.
They could not have a consensus that he would be the only MGB candidate. So I think that's another factor the MGB needs to introspect. Numerous places, at least a dozen odd, they had multiple candidates, right? And one thing that I have come to realize after looking at several election results, if there is a dole or an endowment that is cutting across one community, it holds for all. It then just becomes a landslide.
But Professor Badrinath, very quickly, what does it do? What does it do to the parties, the smaller ones like Mr. Gupta's and VIP, which have failed to make a mark in this election? The bigger parties, whether it's the RJD, Congress, they can still survive. What happens to them for next 5 years?
Ankit, actually, there are various parties formed based on the caste. So caste leaders, they are the leader of the party. And they, but whenever someone make collaboration, alliance with that party, so that doesn't mean that they are going to collaborate with the public or the mass of that party or this community, only leaders. So does not mean that you are going to get vote of that. 130 community comes under EBC.
Yeah.
And Pachpania 55 community. 2%, 1% like that. And when you the Tejashwi started to interact with them very late.
Yeah.
Before election, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before election, I think.
It's not as simple. It just doesn't add up like maths.
No.
Somebody and the vote comes behind them.
Yes, historical habitus of the community works a lot because
that is what the Malla community,
habitus.
Even with the Malla community, that was the impediment that the MGB faced, because traditionally the Yadavs and the Mallas have not gotten along.
So
here is see that chemistry on the ground as well.
Mallah and Muslims had a kind of contradiction. And Tatwa and Muslim also.
Area and from where Mukesh Sahni was contesting, of course, you can only speak to so many people on the road. But the few people we managed to speak, they were, and who were from fishermen community, they were distancing themselves from Mukesh Sahni. What has he done for us? He has become a big leader. So amongst caste groups also, while that may not have happened with Yadavs or ECBs to a big extent, but Mallas one could sense that the kind of bravado.
Yeah.
No, but
Veera, just a second. Charu Pragya of the BJP.
Go ahead.
Veera, you wanted to, you please go ahead. Ask her a question. Charu.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Congratulations, first of all, for this historic mandate that the people of Bihar have given to the NDA. Veera, go ahead.
Well, Charu Pragya, first reactions. I know you're all smile right now. Your first reactions, and in terms of this verdict, be honest, did you anticipate this at even 8 a.m. this morning?
So to this extent, no. Let me be honest and say to this extent, no. But my first reaction is only of gratitude, and this is the victory of the people of Bihar. This is a victory of every single mother who wanted her kids to go to a better school, of every single youngster who's getting skilled in their own district now. It's the victory of every village which was struggling to get even basic electrification. So I am very glad Bihar is on the fast track to progress. Currently, it is the state in the country with the highest jump in per capita income. That is the amount of work we have done in Bihar. And I can only smile and express gratitude and thanks. We have a lot more responsibility now, a lot more expectations to live up to.
All right, as you say that, are you confident till 2030 it will be Nitish as Chief Minister of Bihar?
Well, let's hope so, because Nitish ji is a very senior leader, and this time, and I have said this time and time again, it is not the mathematics which wins any election, not the combination of castes or other dynamics that the opposition wants to get into. It's the chemistry, and it's the chemistry between the alliance partners which has made this victory possible in such a thumping way. It is only the chemistry between the alliance partners. I also believe that what Bihar has achieved under Nitish ji's rule has been commendable. Every single person in the state has been talking about it, and we from a distance are also observing it with a lot of admiration.
Okay, I just want to at this moment,
put
Charu,
that
just
in contrast to how the opposition has fared today.
Charu, let me add a little bit more to your smile at this moment. It's a big embarrassment for the Congress party. When it comes to the elections of Bihar, the Congress has been reduced to 2 leads out of 61 that they fought in this election.
And the BJP's 95 is a historic high. It's higher than 91 of 2010.
Yeah. Exactly, because in 2010, it was also propelled by 115 of the JDU. So JDU at that point of time, performed much better. The BJP is actually closer to the mark, or more than the mark.
It's exceeded the strike rate of 2010.
All right, Sujata Paul of the Congress party is also joining us. Sujata, bad day in office for your party and for the Mahagathbandhan in Bihar. 2 out of 61, Sujata. It's a rout. I mean, does this mean that the narrative that Mr. Rahul Gandhi tried to build across the campaign in Bihar, the momentum that he possibly initially had, then for 2 months he was not on the campaign trail, came back, started from the same momentum, has been rejected by the voters?
I am not surprised at your questions because I was prepared to answer them even before the results came. Because I know that if the results are going to be 90% of the seats going to the NDA alliance, you would be asking me these questions. And this is a win of not the people of Bihar, but Gyanesh Kumar ji. This is a victory not of the BJP or the JDU or the Combine, but a victory of the Election Commission of India. And why do I say that? Because I just heard the BJP
on a day like today,
ma'am,
on a day like today, taking your tools instead of your efforts.
I'm not going to speak if she's speaking. That's it.
No, Sujata, you go ahead. You finish your point very briefly, and then we'll.
Allow me to come in, please.
Just give, Charu, just hold on for a second. Let her complete.
The BJP spokesperson says in one breath that the people of Bihar, now they will get electrification of villages. Now the children of Bihar will be able to go to good schools. That is what they want for their children.
No,
they already got it.
So Sujata,
this was not given to the children of Bihar. Isn't that what it means?
Sujata, I'll just ask you this question. As you're blaming, you're turning it around and saying that, look, it was...
Sujata, I don't think you were listening to what I'm saying, or you're not understanding basic English.
You want me to keep quiet? I'll be quiet. But you won't be able to get her quiet.
Okay, hold on.
Please allow me to speak.
Just give me a moment. Charu, I'm just coming to you. Veera wants to ask a question, Sujata, then I'll come to you to respond. Please go ahead, Veera.
Sujata, very brief question. Your own ally, we just had Mukesh Sahani on NDTV a short while ago. Your own ally turned around and said, Haar jeet kel ka election ka ye hai, haar gaya, maan gaya. While you can raise the question of an SIR, a victory of this scale, you should concede somewhere that, look, we've lost. I'm not going into bashing or asking you tough questions, but it's only part of the game to turn around and say, okay, there may have been issues, but we lost fair and square.
We lost not fair and square, we lost squarely. That I admit to. It is also our responsibility to fight back. Now look, in one breath, I just heard somebody say that the BJP, it goes full on in this battle. And I heard Masuda also, everybody else, saying that the BJP was out there fighting it out. But when I talk about fighting out the ECI, you will not allow me to do so. Why? You will expect me to cow down, bend down,
okay, one minute.
I don't know. Nobody's expecting you to do that, ma'am. We are only expecting you to defend the position of the Congress party.
Anyway,
Charu, go ahead, respond to what Sujata has said. They believe it's...
asking that what is this glee on corruption?
Can I please
Should you not be asking that the CAG report said that 70,000...
But Sujata, this is not something for us to ask. The campaign is over. You were supposed to raise these issues. The people have not taken these issues. If the people have not done that, then it's not the fault of the media or anybody else that why aren't you asking that question on the day of the results? Charu, respond to what Sujata has said on the SIR and on the Election Commission. Then I'm going to go back to Sujata and give her a moment to respond. Go ahead.
Thank you. So Ankit and Veera, with utmost humility and utmost grace, I want to say this. This is an election that BJP has won because we worked hard, not just in the last couple of years to make sure good governance reaches the people of Bihar, but even in the election campaign. Tell me, where is Rahul Gandhi? How many rallies did he do? Compare it to any senior leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Tell me, what was the narrative that he was trying to push? Was this narrative backed by any regular citizen of our country? Not at all. So in victory and loss, your leader remains absent. Today we have won this election. Modi ji is going to come to the party office at 6 o'clock and address us. But I assure you, even when we lose an election, our leader stands with us. Stands with us every step of the way.
Sorry,
you are to blame. You are to blame. You are parading people who are degrading Biharis in Bihar for your...
Hold on.
There's breaking news that's coming in.
You are the one who's comparing Biharis
ladies, just give me a moment, please.
You are the one who's...
I request you to give me a moment. There is some breaking news coming in at this moment. Asaduddin Owaisi. Sujata, just give me a moment. Asaduddin Owaisi of the AIMIM, the leader, has now hit out at Tejashwi Yadav. He said we asked for an alliance, but Tejashwi Yadav showed arrogance and RJD should apologize to the Muslims of Bihar for the kind of performance that they have put. Varis Pathan has spoken. Let's listen in.
अब हम तो ना ये एनडीए का हिस्सा थे ना ये महागठबंधन का हिस्सा थे। महागठबंधन वालों को हमने पहले ही कहा था कि आइए साथ में मिलकर लड़ेंगे ताकि सेकुलर वोटों का विभाजन ना हो, और हमने 6 सीट मांगी थी कि 6 सीट पे आप अलायंस कर लो हमारे साथ। 6 सीट पे अलायंस होता, आप साथ में मिलकर लड़ते, मगर नहीं, वो घमंड गुरूर उसके अंदर तकब्बुर में थे। तो अब देखिए क्या हो रहा है उसका नताइज। तो काफी चीजें हैं। उसके बाद में वो महागठबंधन के तेजस्वी साहब तो हमारे पार्टी अध्यक्ष को एक्सट्रीमिस्ट बोल रहे हैं। अरे एक्सट्रीमिस्ट का चरमपंथी क्यों भाई? आपने दाढ़ी देख ली, टोपी देख ली तो आपको एक्सट्रीमिस्ट लगा। आपने बोल के पूरे मुसलमानों के दिलों को ठेस पहुंचाई, सिर्फ ओवैसी साहब को ही नहीं, आपको पूरे मुसलमानों से माफी मांगना चाहिए।
Okay, that was Waris Pathan. I must tell you that I spoke with Asad Owaisi while he was campaigning in Bihar, and he shared this very same sentiment that Tejashwi Yadav is the one who said no, we don't want an alliance with AIMIM. All India Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin is an extremist force. They don't want to be part of us. He was upset. He wanted to have an alliance. Now, the reason I'm stating this is Sanjeev, Professor Badrinarayan, Jay, Subrashtra, going into West Bengal, Asad remains a factor. All right. Now, what's the lesson? And perhaps Sujata Paul can also answer. What's the lesson? Is it important to have all the minority faces to come in and consolidate under one alliance? Can you afford this? Will Asad have a similar impact in West Bengal as well?
Has he had an impact in the past? My memory says no. And in any case, if he has to, as an alliance, TMC will have to do it, not the Congress party. So the bigger picture should be that TMC and Congress should do an alliance.
Be worried about it. That's why he said
TMC and Congress should do an alliance there if they want to take on the BJP in any sensible way. But that is for them to decide at the end of the day. Here they should have got into an alliance with Owaisi, I think, in hindsight actually.
This Owaisi is going to be a big factor in Bengal election. If the TMC will not going to form alliance with them, this alliance, this party is going to harm TMC, their performance, because 33%, more than 30% Muslims are there.
But Sujata Paul is there. In Hyderabad, Jubilee Hills, Sujata Paul, AIMIM was in an understanding with the Congress. You all have rested that seat, the first and only seat in Hyderabad that the Congress has rested. There also it's a Naveen Yadav who's won. Is it, in hindsight, was it a bad decision not to force or try and bring AIMIM into the fold of the MGB?
You know, we firmly believe that they are the BJP's B team. And I'll tell you why it was good that we did not ally with them, no matter what has happened. The fact is that if we had allied with them, it is possible that they would have polarized the elections by making statements like Mr. Owaisi and his party men are used to doing. But having said that, when you're talking about Hyderabad, please remember that, I'm saying this from experience because I spent 5.5 months over there during the Lok Sabha elections. If they came, there was an understanding. It is because that Jubilee Hills is Hyderabad. And when you talk
but Asad is proving to be beyond Hyderabad, madam.
Just on that thought, just hold on to that thought. Can I request, hold on to that thought. Important breaking news coming in at this moment. Tejashwi Yadav, the chief ministerial face of the Mahagathbandhan at this moment, is trailing. And I want to show you the Raghopur constituency at this moment. This is Tejashwi Yadav at 48,600 votes, trailing for more than 7,000 votes by, in fact, from Nitish Kumar Yadav.
4,108 votes. 4,108 votes.
52, but I think this has to update because the ECI shows about 7,000 vote difference.
I'll give you the exact ECI number.
Yes.
It's 56,758 for Mr. Satish Kumar, 49,265. All right, 7,000 votes.
Jay, also give us the round that we are at this moment.
We are at the 14th round right now.
So we still have 15 rounds to go.
50%. But the key thing to note is, as we progressed from the 5th to the 15th, the margin
the same way. So that's
increasing. Absolutely.
So you know what time Jay would have flagged this? What, around 12:30 or so that he is trailing, and it's been that way.
You know, Shubrashta, does this in a way tell you the story of this election? In a Yadav bastion, Tejashwi Yadav, who took this constituency, campaigned there very little, sent his mother, said, "This is my house, I don't need to come back here." Another Yadav is defeated defeating Tejashwi Yadav, that Yadav from the Bharatiya Janata Party. In that sense as well, has the Yadav core vote bank of the RJD also has moved to an alternative wherever they can find?
Ankit, I would say that the center of gravity of Yadav consolidation has shifted. This whole narrative that Yadav as a constituency would en bloc vote for Lalu Yadav and family, that narrative has simply been busted. Also, we must understand that new voters in RJD do not remember the caste pride and assertion that Lalu Yadav instilled in his politics.
No, but
this is a new aspiration. So,
Subrasha, in 2010, Satish Kumar Yadav, who is now leading, has had won this election.
Waris
Pathan of the AIMIM is with us. Waris Pathan, if you can hear me, you have also said that it was AIMIM which wanted an alliance, but the Congress turns around and the RJD turns around and says that, look, you are a B team of the BJP, there was no point in going on an alliance with you. What would your response be to them today?
Well, the response to them has been given by the public, the voters. They showered us with a lot of love, affection, votes, and today just now, still it is going on. 5 seats we are ahead. And by the evening, I am sure that we will win 2-3 more seats. And this is the love and affection showed by the people of Bihar and Simhanchal to us. And we were saying, we told them, we offered them that, okay, let's come in alliance, give us 6 seats. But their arrogance could not. They said no. So we contested and see now what is the result. What are they facing and what are we facing? First of all, I would like to thank the voters who voted for our party, the people who prayed for us, and the hard work done by our party president Asad Owaisi Saab and the other members of our team who went there to Bihar. Under the leadership of Owaisi Saab, we contested the election and see the results are before the nation, and by evening I am sure that will be...
Waris Pathan, what's the lesson for West Bengal? Are you again reaching out to alliances in West Bengal, or do you believe you will have to go alone there as well?
See, earlier in Maharashtra also we told them, come on, let's join alliance. But they did not heed to our request. During the Lok Sabha also we said, during the this election also we told them the MLA election, but they did not heed to our request, so we contested alone. Here also we contested alone. So see, the results are before the nation. If they are so arrogant and all, then it's up to them.
Varis bhai, I want to ask you one thing. You know, the numbers show that you are leading at this moment on 6 seats, up 1 from what the AIMIM had last time. You had 5 victories last time. I just want to understand from you. In Jubilee Hills, Veera was saying you have an understanding with the Congress party. Here, not only are you defeating the Mahagathbandhan and the Congress in many seats, you are also winning more than the Congress party. What does this mean about the whole narrative that pan-India, the Congress party is where the minority or the Muslim vote rally behind?
Well, the Jubilee Hill election were different. It was a by-election. Then the government was to be formed. That was the question of development which the BRS did not do. So our party thought it right that time to go along with the Congress. But here the Bihar election was different. At every state the elections are different, sir. The Bihar we were fighting. What about the development of Simhanchal? Nobody used to take care of it. Nobody even uttered the word of Simhanchal in so many years. And this was our hissedari ki ladai. We said, okay, equality. When a Malla 2% can become the deputy chief minister, when a 14% Yadav can become the chief minister, why not a 19% Muslim from Bihar can become a chief minister or a deputy chief minister? Why not? They don't want to do the political empowerment of the Muslims. They just want to feel that the Muslims kya inka vote to hamare.
Varis bhai, Shubrashta is here in the studio. She has a question for you. Go ahead, Shubrashta.
Varis bhai, I not just agree with you, but I would also want to say that the whole MY axis has completely changed. There has been a generational shift in Yadav politics and Muslim vote has become tactical. My question to you is, what is the tact of AIMIM when it comes to alliances, say in states like Bengal or states like...
we asked him that West Bengal. You please go ahead.
What is that tact that you are looking for? What is that X factor that you are looking for when it comes to alliances now?
Well, we think that the Muslims must get the political representation which they do deserve. They are part of the biggest minority of the country, but till now what we've seen is the secular parties just using them for the vote purposes, and after the votes are over, if the elections are over, the Muslims kya gari bichayega khali. We wanted to change this conception. We want to change this conception.
Okay, so you've said, know, interestingly, Akbaruddin Owaisi recently said, Rao ho ya Reddy, we know how to get our work done in Telangana. Rao ho ya Reddy, referring to the BRS or the Congress. I want to know, Yadav ho ya Mamta, will you be in a situation to get your work done in a Bihar or a West Bengal ever?
Let's see now, let the Bihar election come, we will decide that time, but everybody has seen the power of OVC. ठुकरा के मेरा प्यार मेरा इंतकाम देखेगी.
Sanjeev,
Varis bhai, can I ask a question? Thank you, Ankit and Veera. See, since you talk about political representation for Muslims, that being a key concern for you, would you be ever open to a tie-up in case the BJP agrees? Because the BJP doesn't get ticket to even one Muslim. So if they tie up with your party, is there a... Because that would perhaps also be a way of BJP giving a signal to minorities and you being seen as a non-extremist party. No, is it completely in the realms of impossible?
We've got one mischief maker there in Jay, the other one is Sanjeev. Go ahead.
By the way, I need to update on my thoughts.
Let him answer.
Yeah, Varis bhai, go ahead.
Now let me correct you, the BJP in the Bihar election did not give a single ticket to the Muslim. In fact, they said we will never give ticket to the Muslim. And what we are seeing in independence today is that there is not a single cabinet minister in the parliament. Not a single in the present government. And they won't do anything. Then Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas is just a jumla, sir. Don't expect anything from them. And we would never go. I personally, my statement, you can record it, I will never go with the BJP in my own life. Come what may, we will die rather than going out with them.
All right.
Okay. All right. Varis bhai, before I let you go, last question. With Tejashwi Yadav right in the last phase of the campaign calling Asaduddin Owaisi an extremist, do you think that has worked, that polarized a lot of young Muslims, especially in the Simanchal area, to in fact vote for the AIMIM? Do you think that was an important factor, a mistake that was made by Tejashwi Yadav?
Well, yes, that was the biggest mistake. I think there were many mistakes made by him. First was not to take us in alliance. Second was calling Asad Owaisi extremist. By calling him an extremist, he insulted the entire Muslim community because Owaisi Sahib is having a skull cap and a beard on his face. You call him extremist. Because he's fighting for the rights of minority, you call him extremist. Because he's fighting for the development of Simanchal, for the equality of the people must be given, political empowerment for the people, you call him extremist. That is an insult to the entire Muslim community, not only in Bihar but to the entire country. I said that Tejashwi should have apologized for that, but he did not.
Okay, let me ask you one. Let me ask you one very quick question. Given that the acrimony that played out between the AIMIM and the RJD, they were saying that Z category security, jiske paas hai, see who's going into jail, then you decide your neta. Now that you have 6 seats, would you rather side with the MGB in the Bihar Assembly, or would you be an independent force? Do you believe that there is still an openness to form some kind of an alliance in Bihar?
Well, last time also we won 5 seats, but we were sitting in opposition. This time we will be counting around 6 seats. So let us see what the party decides. Last time also, when as far as the Z security which you spoke about, our party President Asad Owaisi Saab in the open parliament said that I don't want security, but the government provided looking at the attack which had committed on him.
Varis bhai, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry I am interrupting there, but before you, you will also have a smile on that, at least at the expense of the Congress party. They have been reduced to 1 seat at this moment in Bihar. In terms of they are leading only in 1 seat, but right now, if there is no lead coming in from anywhere, it's not going to be, it's unlikely that it is going to change. It could even go to 0, but it's not going to go down to 2 or 3, which is going to be a problem for the Congress party. Kishanganj.
A little more hard, you could have reduced them to 0.
Yeah, Kishanganj, and that's also a prestige, seat as far as Simanchal area is concerned. It's a body blow for the Congress party, fighting 61, reduced to 1. In this election, let's listen into Nikhil Kumar of the Congress party. He has said this election result was due to the weaknesses of our organization. At least someone is accepting that the Congress, apart from the blame on the election commission, there are problems that they need to sort out within their own house. Listen in.
इस संगठन की कमजोरी है. हम संगठन में जो कोई भी चुनाव हो, कोई भी काम हो, जब पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है, उसका एक संगठन है. संगठन पर हम निर्भर करते हैं. अगर संगठन कमज़ोर हो और काम नहीं कर सकता है, तब तो ये होना लाजमी है, तो होगा ही. तो हमारे संगठन की कमज़ोरी है.
You know, Sanjeev Srivastava, I'm just trying to imagine the 2025 Assembly of Bihar, where, you know, they're at 25 at this moment, 27, the entire Mahagathbandhan will be sitting against a Nitish Kumar who comes back without Tejashwi Yadav as the leader of the opposition. And just imagine the embarrassment that it has caused to Mahagathbandhan, and the chances of the Congress party, like Veera and we have been discussing, going in every election from here on.
There's one technical snag as well.
Any scope for discussion or debate. It's a complete washout, yeah.
See, I'll tell you the technical snag. The technical snag is you need 10% of the assembly seats to qualify as LOP.
Yes. You're right.
RJD has just slipped below the 10% mark to 24.
Which is exactly why I asked Waris Pathan that question of the 6 MLAs, because with that support, with all that, they could have one.
Got the LOP. Yeah. Even at 24, RJD can't even get the LOP.
There is one reaction that we have to take. Let's quickly listen in.
It's obviously seriously disappointing, and if that turns out to be the final result, remember it is not yet the final declared result, but if it turns out to be that, then I think there will have to be some very serious introspection. And I don't just mean introspection in terms of sitting and thinking, but also studying what went wrong, what were the tactical or messaging or organizational mistakes. Our party leaders must do some very serious analysis of where things went wrong, because, you know,
in hindsight, even if Shashi Tharoor possibly, they could have got even Shashi Tharoor to campaign in Bihar, I don't know how much of an impact would have had, especially on the women voter of Bihar, but at least that would have been some hope for the Congress party there. But I want to take a very quick...
Tharoor in Bihar would be...
You can be in Bihar, Tharoor can also be in Bihar.
No, but I'm not campaigning yet. I was eating idli sambar along with litti chokha in Bihar.
He would have done that with a lot of women around him as well. But I want to take a very quick break at this moment, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming back. Maithili Thakur, one of the youngest candidates in the election of Bihar, just 25 years old. So much was said about her when she came to contest the election of Bihar from the Alinagar constituency. She is, of course, leading there. We spoke to her exclusively. We'll bring that out after a short break. Stay tuned.
Presented by Motorola.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot straight and tell you stories the way they need to be told. Unfiltered, unafraid, unmissable. That's how I roll. Watch me, Priyanka Deo, on NDTV World. Namaste.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind. I pause. I reflect. I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind.
How does it feel to be a first-time candidate currently in the lead with your alliance running away to a sweeping victory in Bihar this time?
ये मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है कि मैं ऐसे लोगों के सानिध्य में हूँ, ऐसे लोगों के नेतृत्व में हूँ जो बिहार ही नहीं देश में अपना और देश के बाहर भी हम लोग को एक बहुत गर्व से हम सर उठा के बोलते हैं कि हम बिहारी हैं। तो नीतीश कुमार जी, हमारे माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी, सब लोग का आशीर्वाद है। और मैं बस आप लोग के चैनल के माध्यम से देख रही हूँ क्या क्या ट्रेंड बनते जा रहा है। आई एम विनिंग इन दैट एंड बहुत अधिक खुशी हो रही है।
अच्छा, डोंट criticize the stereotypical question, but you can't have Maithili Thakur, whose songs regale all of Bihar, and not ask her, इस वक्त जब आप जीत रही हैं एक फर्स्ट टाइम कैंडिडेट के तौर पे, आपके जहन में, आपके दिल में, आपके दिमाग में कौन सा गाना है जो आप गुनगुना रही हैं?
बधैया ही चल रहा है। बधैया बाजे आंगने में, बधैया बाजे आंगने में, बधैया बाजे आंगने में, बधैया बाजे आंगने में, बधैया बाजे आंगने में।
शुभराष्ट्र हैज अ फरमाइश फॉर यू। शुभराष्ट्र,
मैं तो भगवती गीत ही हमेशा फरमाइश करूंगी। शारदा जी का अगर आप कुछ गुनगुना सके मैथिली।
लास्ट टाइम आई स्टैंड जय जय भैरवी फॉर यू।
यस।
अभी मैं आपको जगदम्बा घर में देरा सुनाती।
वो भी सुनाया था आपने।
अच्छा ओके।
अरे उसमें जिसमें पूरा भगवती के रूप का वर्णन है।
अरे वाह वाह, यही है। कमल राजित ताहियो पर भगवती माँ, सिंह पर एक कमल राजित ताहियो पर भगवती।
मैथिली, ये बताइए कि अब आप लीड में हैं, हो सकता है आप जीत भी जाए, आपकी इतनी कम उम्र है, आप एकदम मतलब कला के क्षेत्र से हैं, आप गाती हैं। पॉलिटिक्स बहुत बहुत मुश्किल है, यहाँ पर म्यूजिक कम होता है, डिस्कॉर्डेंट नोट, शोर शराबा ज़्यादा होता है। क्या आप उस आपाधापी के लिए तैयार हैं?
आई थिंक बहुत ज़रूरी है कि संवेदनशील लोगों को पॉलिटिक्स में आना चाहिए, ताकि जितने भी लोगों के मन में ये है कि पॉलिटिक्स गंदगी है, दलदल है, जैसे मुझे 1 महीना जो झेलने को मिला ना सोशल मीडिया पे, या फिर अपने फैंस जितने हमारे प्रशंसक थे संगीत से, सब लोगों ने जिस तरीके से मुझे चेतावनी दी कि नहीं करो ये काम, मत जाओ, ऐसा मत करो, तो यही सब मैं सुनते हुए आ रही हूँ। लेकिन एक मुझे मिसाल सेट करना है कि पॉलिटिक्स में हम लोग एक बड़ी चेंज ला सकते हैं।
बड़ी सुरीली रहने वाली है नई असेंबली।
Maithili, आई एम अ वेरी बिग फैन ऑफ योर म्यूजिक। आई एम अ न्यू फैन ऑफ योर म्यूजिक एज वेल, बट मेरा एक सवाल था, बिकॉज एज अ सिंगर हार्ड वर्क इज नथिंग न्यू टू यू, लेकिन इस कैंपेन में आपके लिए सबसे मुश्किल क्या था? व्हाट वाज द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट थिंग फॉर यू इन द कैंपेन?
सबसे ज़्यादा डिफिकल्ट मेरे लिए था शुरू के 4 दिन कि मैं इतनी नेगेटिविटी मैंने कभी जीवन में नहीं झेली थी, क्योंकि मुझे मेरे माता पिता, मैं अपने पापा को यहाँ पे ज़्यादा श्रेय दूंगी, उन्होंने मुझे सबसे अलग काट करके एक कोने में छुपा के रखा था अभी तक कि सिर्फ संगीत पे ध्यान दो, बाहर जो भी कुछ बोल रहा है, चाहे तुम्हारे प्रशंसक है तुम उनको भी मत सुनो, जो तुम्हारी निंदा कर रहे हैं उनको भी मत सुनो। लेकिन अभी मैं ऐसी जगह पे हूँ जहाँ पे मेरे पापा ने एक स्टेप पीछे ले लिया है कि अब तन्नू तुम जाओ आगे और तुम देखो कैसी होती है दुनिया, कैसे जीना है। तो ये मेरे लिए शुरू के 4-5 दिन रोज रो करके बीतते थे कि इतना बुरा लोग मुझे बोल रहे हैं, मुझे लोग बिल्कुल साबित कर रहे हैं कि मैं डम हूँ, मैं बच्ची हूँ, मुझे कुछ नहीं आता, मैं कहाँ से आ गई हूँ, गुड़िया हूँ। तो अभी ये 4-5 दिन मेरे लिए डिफिकल्ट पार्ट था। हालांकि जो 17-18 घंटे का जो कैंपेन था वो तो मैं बहुत इंजॉय करती थी, और आगे मैं अपने 5 साल में बहुत अच्छे और बड़े ऐसे काम करूंगी ताकि सब लोगों को अपने काम से चुप करा सकूं।
What
happens to your singing career though? Can you balance both, Maithili, or do you think it will become one of the two?
No. I can manage both because I'm not resigning from a job to join another career. Music मेरे कंठ में है, मेरे जीवन शैली में ही संगीत है, तो मुझे उससे रेजिग्नेशन देकर के आगे बढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है।
Presented by Motorola Edge 60 Pro. Grab Motorola Edge 60 Pro today.
JK Tire.
Namaste India. As you all know, I've been traveling around the world with my music. But this one is truly special. Something that's India. You all must have seen the magic that was created in Kun Faya Kun. Now it's your chance to experience it with me. So book your tickets from District app and together let's create harmony of hearts. See you, Delhi.
We unveil NDTV Golf Pro-Am, India's #1 golf Pro-Am, the course of champions, the conversation of leaders.
What a stellar lineup we have here on the stage of the NDTV World Summit to announce the launch of the NDTV Pro-Am. Arguably India's greatest cricketer, one of India's most distinguished bureaucrats, a top international golfer and also a top Indian pro at the moment. One administrator who's doing more to lift the profile of Indian golf than anyone has in the recent years.
All the top champions, the Tiger Woods, will all come from India in future.
It's great to be here. Golf is growing across the globe and here in India as well.
Whereas now the opportunities are increasing a lot.
Thank you very much. You're starting golf. We want to thank you.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
I think that's very, very important.
The most
It's a tsunami for the NDA in Bihar. Nitish and BJP set for a clean sweep. Trends place NDA at over 200. Double-digit defeat in Bihar for the Mahagathbandhan. Congress only leading on Kishanganj seat. Mukesh Sahani says MGB will introspect. Mahagathbandhan Chief Ministerial face Tejashwi Yadav trails in the Raghopur bastion. BJP's Satish Kumar Yadav leads with over 8,000 votes. JDU's jail Don Anand Singh wins his election from Mokama by over 28,000 votes. PK and Suraaj first pay. PK's party debut with a duck. Suraaj fails to open account. Some consolation for the Congress party coming in from the bypole of the Jubilee Hills in Hyderabad. BRS candidate faces big defeat. BJP cries conspiracy. Hello and welcome. It has been a morning of absolute surprise with the margin and the magnitude of the victory of the NDA in Bihar. The Mahagathbandhan has been decimated and decimated. How? Reduced to 28 from just 10 short, 15 short of victory in 2020 right now. The Mahagathbandhan is leading on 28 seats, while the NDA is leading at mammoth 208 seats. This is a redux of the best performance that was put up by the National Democratic Alliance in 2010. The BJP is leading at over 94 seats. The JDU is in fact leading on 84 seats. It has been an absolute decimation and a tsunami for the NDA in Bihar. Nitish Kumar is all set to be sworn in for the 10th time as the Chief Minister. This will be his 5th continuous term once, of course, Nitish Kumar takes oath as the Chief Minister of Bihar. He has been, ladies and gentlemen, the X factor of this election. There is some breaking news coming in at this moment. Tejashwi Yadav, the chief ministerial face of the Mahagathbandhan, is trailing by 8,461 votes at this moment from the family bastion of Raghopur. Now, this is a Yadav-dominated constituency, and here, if Tejashwi Yadav is trailing with over 8,461 votes, it tells you the story of this election. He's not been able to hold on to, in fact, his own family bastion. The Yadavs, ladies and gentlemen, in this election as well, it seems, have found wherever they could an alternative. BJP's Satish Singh Yadav is leading. Satish Kumar Yadav is leading in Raghopur. Remember, in 2010, when the similar tsunami was there, in fact, this time the result is over. They have bettered their tally of 2010. They are at 2008. That time also, Satish Kumar Yadav was able to defeat Rabri Devi from the Raghopur constituency. History repeating itself as far as Raghopur is concerned. But Tejashwi Yadav, this will be a much bigger worry as he sees a long time, a future for himself in the politics of Bihar. Radhika Khera of the Bharatiya Janata Party is joining us at this moment. We are also being joined by, by Ms. Batham of the Congress Party. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me at this moment. But let me very quickly start with you, Chitraji. Tejashwi Yadav, trailing in his own constituency, the bastion that he thought is safe, did not campaign much there, just went there once and said, "This is my family." The family voters have rejected Mr. Tejashwi Yadav. It's almost like a 2019 Rahul Gandhi moment for Tejashwi Yadav.
Hello, Ankit. Can you hear me?
Ji. Go ahead, ma'am.
Well, Ankit, let's really understand. If somebody who rejects, then they are not called as the family. I think Tejashwi ji called Raghopur Assembly Constituency voters as his family because he believed, and he till date also believes that, they would never backstab him as such or not vote for him. So I believe this lagging of votes that he is currently facing is nothing but it's an outcome of the Vyavastha that we all were very sure of, that was already in place before we even entered the elections in Bihar. So I think the outcome is speaking for itself. And
may I very humbly, before I go to Radhika, may I just take it as an advice, if you may. Vote. Please don't call the voters those who have backstabbed Tejashwi Yadav. There are voters those who have not shown their trust to the BJP candidate, not to Tejashwi Yadav. Instead of, ma'am, the Congress party has been reduced to one lead. You fought 61. You are at one at this moment. Instead of blaming the system and everybody else, don't you think for the Mahagathbandhan and especially for the Congress party, it is time for introspection to see what went wrong.
Obviously, they will never backstab him. He has entrusted them by and large again. So I don't think so. There's no question of the voters not being his family. So the voters are his family and they will never backstab him. That is what I meant to say.
Okay, Radhika Khera is also with me. Radhika, congratulations. Big smile on your face. And it's a bigger mandate from even 2010, which was seen as a historic mandate in Bihar. Bharatiya Janata Party emerges as the single largest party. Your alliance at this moment is standing on 207. What does this mean for the BJP? And honestly tell me, with your hand on your heart, is this the magnitude of the victory that we expected at 8 a.m. this morning?
Dhanyavad Bihar, and with my hand on my heart, Ankit, I say that this is much more than what we expected. This is much more love, respect and affection that we have got from the people of Bihar, and their faith and trust in the policies of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and the leadership of Shri Nitish Kumar ji. And see, it's also what we see, what the Congress spokesperson was saying right now. They don't respect the voters. If you don't respect the matdata, they will give a matdan against you. Now, I have a list of all the seats where Rahul Gandhi campaigned on before travelling to wherever he is right now, London, Muscat, whatever. Muzaffarpur, they lost. Darbhanga, they lost. Nalanda, they lost. Shekhpura, they lost. Aurangabad, they lost. Gaya, they lost. Purnia, they lost. Banka, they lost. Bhagalpur, they lost. The only lead they have is in Kishanganj. The entire Bihar has come together, risen above caste politics, religion politics, and voted for progress and development. Voted for security of women, voted for khushali of farmers, voted for employment that the yuva is getting. And this is a befitting reply to those who have tried to burn India. We have seen how the Bandhan, the Lat Bandhan for that matter, have come out and openly said and tried to entice the youth ki aaiye jalaiye desh ko. And the RJD official, I think he was the national spokesperson of the RJD or a very senior neta, who stayed on to his bayan that India will turn into Bangladesh and Nepal if the results are against them.
Is this an election where the X factor eventually became Nitish Kumar? Because on the ground, when you spoke to the people, more than anything else, their recall factor that yes, there are problems, but we trust Nitish Kumar to fix them became the war cry as far as the voters are concerned.
Absolutely, whether it was Nitish Kumar ji or Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. I remember there was one video which I saw on your channel only of a RJD supporter who had a fight with his own wife, who said मैं तो मोदी जी को वोट दूंगी. So it is the double engine सरकार of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji and Nitish ji. नीति और नियत are very important, Ankit, in politics. नीति तो सब बना लेते हैं, पर नियत किसके पास है उसको धरातल पे लाने की, which is what the double engine सरकार has done. And it is a shame that today a party which is the oldest party of India is on one seat, and going by the numbers, their Lat Bandhan is not even going to have the leader of opposition. Just imagine, Lalu Prasad Yadav, Chara Chor ki party is finished. Both his sons have lost. A man who could not keep his own family together was vying to keep rule Bihar.
Radhika, can I request you to stay on? Hold on to that thought. I mean, parties can write each other's obituary. I am not going to do that. We have seen in Indian politics how people have made comebacks, but we'll leave that at this moment. I want to go across to Patna, where my colleague Vasudha is joining us from the Bharatiya Janata Party headquarters. There, Vasudha, a cautious day of celebration to begin with. They wanted to be absolutely sure that instead of 2010, it doesn't turn into 2015. And now it's all out, isn't it? It has been sealed and delivered. And how?
Yeah. Absolutely, Ankit. The BJP fought on 101 seats. It's leading on 96 seats. How can you even explain a victory like this? Kuntal Krishna is here with us. He's the spokesperson. Krishna ji, ye bataiye ki aaj what is expected, and how would you explain a victory like this? Because clearly there are many corrective measures that you took, and it seems like not just the women, a lot of other communities also voted for you.
Bihar reposed its faith in Narendra Modi ji and his welfare programs. What we are seeing today is a result of a big process which was started by Narendra Modi ji when he came into power in 2014. ये जो डबल इंजन की सरकार का एफर्ट था ना वेलफेयर स्कीम्स का टू गिव यू ए गुड गवर्नेंस स्टेट, इन सारों का आपको मिक्स रिजल्ट देखने को आज मिला है. एंड एनडीए वोन. NDA collectively fought and NDA collectively won.
So knowing the BJP, I know that you will also stake a claim at the CM's chair. Is Nitish Kumar going to be the Chief Minister, or there could be some changes?
Me, you or anyone, any individual, we cannot decide on Chief Ministership. Who will be the Chief Minister will be decided by NDA MLAs and Parliamentary Board. When a meeting of NDA MLAs will be convened, then they will decide who is going to be the leader of the NDA. And leader of the NDA is going to be the Chief Minister.
So you're saying that it will be a process. What is the process now? A lot of BJP leaders are going to come to the Patna office. Prime Minister is going to speak at 6 o'clock. Can you explain to us what happens?
See, great people of Bihar has given us this big win, We pay our gratitude to them, and definitely our workers who have worked so hard. So this is a big win for them. This celebration is for those workers. This celebration is for that blessing which Bihar gave to Narendra Modi ji. This celebration is for that, continuation of politics of development, continuation of politics of welfare, continuation of politics of good governance. So,
absolutely, congratulations. So let me also tell you how the party is preparing. Ankit, it's just a lot of celebrations here, and all of this is also in some ways preparation for the grand Utsav celebration that's going to take place at 5 p.m. And more importantly, meetings have already started. With a mandate like this, there will be a lot of changes in the cabinet is what we've been told. At 4 p.m. it is going to be formed, and around before 22nd is when the swearing-in ceremony is expected to take place.
Vasudha, absolutely amazing the atmosphere there must be at the BJP headquarters. I'll also go across to our colleague Gauri and Aishwarya, who are at the BJP headquarters in the national capital waiting for the Prime Minister, who is expected to arrive there at 6 o'clock. Gauri, first to you. I can see people assembling. It has almost become like a tradition, isn't it? Big victory for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Prime Minister then comes in with his massive speech for his supporters and the well-wishers of the BJP.
Ankit, I think I heard your question correctly. Pardon me if I didn't, because of the just the sheer volume of noise behind me, and I think that's the resounding mandate as well that we've been talking about on our broadcast. Behind me is the setup which is getting ready for the Prime Minister's address. Massive celebrations have taken place here at the BJP headquarters, and all eyes on the Prime Minister's address. There is very elaborate arrangements being made here. The messaging that the Prime Minister will give to his cadre, to his core vote base, and also respond in the wake of the kind of historic mandate that Vasudha was also mentioning from the Patna office in Delhi, in the BJP office there in Patna. But one thing I want to highlight and point out is that we've been speaking to a lot of BJP cadre and workers here the last couple of hours, and the mood here just tells the scale at which this mandate has come in, the kind of celebrations that have actually happened, and of course also how they are expecting the Prime Minister's message in terms of the next couple of hours. And I think that is really going to set the mood. In fact, one of the cadre members actually said that ab Bengal agla nishana hai, and that is exactly what the BJP machinery would be focused on. Infusing the cadre with enthusiasm and momentum for the upcoming elections.
They have in fact, the Bengal BJP has already tweeted with a picture of Mamata Banerjee that the mission next is Bengal. Bihar done, we are coming to Bengal. Aishwarya, the scale of the victory in Maharashtra, if that was the shock for the opposition, the scale of the victory in Bihar is going to in fact send this whole idea, or at least the narrative of the SIR, in complete ICU, something that the voters and the BJP is going to go to the town with, have completely rejected in Bihar.
Well, certainly, and the shockwaves have reached at the opposition camp. It is the entire India bloc which has now felt that shockwave, just because in the upcoming election, certainly the opposition parties, apart from the Congress, will think of having an alliance with the Congress. The kind of numbers that the Congress party have got reduced to just 2 or 1. It is surely a kind of ripples that will be felt across different political parties. But it is, of course, the kind of victory that neither the LJP nor we have heard from the JDU that they will go past 200 is something that the Bharatiya Janata Party cadres clearly believes in. They are saying that it is just Bihar elections. Ab ki baar Bihar and Jhanki abhi Paschim Bengal ki abhi baki hai. Such slogans were heard from here as well. But here at the BJP headquarters, what we have seen is a massive number of cadres of Bharatiya Janata Party gathering over here at one place, because now what we have been told is the BJP Delhi State Unit President Virendra Sachdeva on your screens, and at the stage along with Arun Singh is now managing the entire campus because it's a alert in the national capital. And amid of that, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to address large number of cadres over here. So due to security arrangements, every cadre is being moved out of the BJP headquarters, and with full security check, they will be again allowed to come back inside after the equipments also being checked of the media personals as well. So amid of this high security, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to address to the cadres on this historic victory of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
I will give you that moment so that you can also, in fact, make sure that all our equipment and everything is checked. And I beg your pardon, ladies and gentlemen. Professor Narayan, very quickly, Tehsin Poonawalla is also with us here in the studio. I just want to look at the numbers of the NDA. 204, strike rate of every component or every constituent of the NDA is exceptionally high. Yeah. This tells you that the vote transfer, Tehsin, has been seamless. I mean, it wouldn't have happened. We have not, like we saw in last time, the BJP and the NDA won. They got about 125 seats. But there was, because of the LJP, vote coming down of the JDU. This time, with the LJP coming in, look at the strike rate. It seems that every component, every part has fired and fired to the maximum.
So at the onset, I can see Radhika on the screen. So I want to congratulate Radhika. All the best, Radhika. You all fought a very good election and you deserve the success. Look, at the end of the day, we have to look within and we have to ask ourselves some questions. And as you rightly put, the math that Amit Shah ji worked for the BJP. He understood that Nitish ji's performance last time was impacted because Chirag Paswan was away. So they built a coalition, a larger, or as we called it, a rainbow coalition. That worked in tandem. Nobody was pulling the other person down and it worked as a team. On the other hand, if we are, again, let me put this out here, I'm a Congress voter. I want Congress to win. But if you introspect, what is a friendly fight? Again, I don't understand. We had a friendly fight.
No, but the question is, you use the word introspect. Is there introspection? No. You saw what happened in Haryana, you saw what happened in Maharashtra, and then the same story is being repeated here in Bihar.
It's not just the same story. It's the same set of people responsible for the loss of Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, and Maharashtra who were involved in Bihar. How long, and they will continue to be rewarded.
I just want to very quickly...
just one line. When does the loyal Congress Karyakarta come in a studio like NDTV and say, we won? When will that happen?
Okay, sir, just give me a second. I just want to play out these visuals because women, we can keep talking about the caste arithmetic and how the vote transfer has happened, but one vote bank that Nitish Kumar has banked on and has given, bang for buck for Nitish Kumar has been the women voter in Bihar across caste line, because I can't believe that it would be anything but people voting from every section of the society in a mandate like these. These visuals that you are seeing, just let's play them out full frame. They are coming in from Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's village, Kalyan Bigha in Nalanda district of Bihar. Women are celebrating the massive victory of the NDA. I mean, these are not, you can't qualify them as Karyakartas of the JDU or the Karyakartas of the Bharatiya Janata Party. It's the women folk in his village who are celebrating, and that is the defining picture, isn't it, Professor Narayan, of this election?
Yeah, Ankit, you're very right. Actually, this election can't be analyzed based on the caste, because it is beyond that. And what is that? I say that it is the beneficiary elections. Beneficiary in terms of women, beneficiary in terms of caste. Even among Yadavs, there were 1/3 are poor. You see the Bihar caste survey data, 33% Yadavs are poor. And these all policies are reaching to them. The first thing is the policies, and the women are the most beneficiary of these policies. And it did not work as only policy and beneficiary. It gave them a confidence. It gave them identity. So and because of that, because of this self-help group, Jivika Didi, Vote Didi. 90,000 women were deployed on the booths this election. And also, with all these factors, second factor is emotional connect for the Nitish Kumar. Without emotion, you can't get this kind of result.
Absolutely. So, and people don't realize that, just take for example the police force in Bihar. 28% of that police force, the workforce, are women, highest across the country. No other place has the number of women, police officers and the police personnel that they are in Bihar. It is a continuous effort from 2005 that is giving Nitish Kumar the kind of edge that he has, especially among the women voters. It's undoubted the kind of support and the hope that they have in Nitish Kumar. Very quickly, I just want to go across to, in fact, Ms. Batham, who's joining us from the Congress party. Chitra ji, before this election began, a lot of questions were being asked on the future of the JDU. Questions were being asked, बीजेपी का नेक्स्ट जेन पैन बिहार लीडर कौन है, वोट बैंक का क्या होगा जेडीयू का, if they lose this election. Now the question is reserved. More than the BJP or the JDU, you have a youth leader, but the Congress party, the Mahagathbandhan, the RJD will have to think, where is their vote bank?
So Ankit, can you hear me?
I can, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Ankit, what I was saying is, right now when the election results are so massively aligned with the NDA, that is why everybody is praising Nitish ji and all his so-called good governance policies, etc., etc. But the question still remains: why are they still shying away from, declaring him as a CM? Will they declare him as a CM?
आज तो छोड़ दीजिए, अब वो किसी को भी सीएम बनाए, आपका सीएम कैंडिडेट चुनाव नहीं जीत रहा है, आप सवाल पूछ रही हैं वो किसको सीएम बनाएंगे? Okay, I don't know whether Chitra ji has been able to.
I just want to say
quickly,
if you can just cut to me, Chitra ji, I have a lot of respect for you, and I am a Congress voter. उनके घर में बिरयानी नहीं बन रही, हम उस पर बात कर रहे हैं, हमें खाना नहीं मिल रहा है. वो बिरयानी खाए या ना खाए वो हमारी दिक्कत नहीं, हमें खाना नहीं मिल रहा, हमें दाल चावल नहीं मिल रही. प्लीज हमें अंदर देखना है. व्हाट आर वी डूइंग? आई एम अ कांग्रेस वोटर. कब हम सेलिब्रेट करें? नीतीश जी बने मुख्यमंत्री या मोदी जी रिजाइन करते बने, हम नहीं बन रहे. दिक्कत वहां आ रही है चित्रा जी.
यार राधिका हंस रही हैं आप लोग, मतलब कांग्रेस वोटर और कांग्रेस स्पोक्सपर्सन की लड़ाई हो रही है. राधिका हंस रही है.
स्पोक्सपर्सन नहीं हूं, पर अगर मैं गलत कह रहा हूं,
शी इज देयर. आई एम सेइंग कांग्रेस वोटर एंड कांग्रेस स्पोक्सपर्सन आर फाइटिंग. राधिका इज स्माइलिंग.
नीतीश जी बने नहीं बने, मुझे क्या करना है?
ओके, बिकॉज़ वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट वुमेन, आई हैव टू.
I am not fighting with anybody who's a Congressy voter. I have not even spoken, to him. बट मैं ये सिर्फ बताना चाह रही हूँ कि बिरयानी खाने के लिए तो प्रधानमंत्री
there is some breaking news coming in. Home Minister Amit Shah has put out a post on X, and he has said that this is the victory of every Bihari who believes in developed Bihar. Those who practice Jungle Raj and appeasement politics, no matter what disguise they take, will not stand a chance to loot. The public now gives its mandate solely on the basis of politics of performance. I congratulate Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, and all the NDA leaders and workers. I also salute all BJP workers in Bihar from the booth level to the state level who, through their tireless work, have made the result a reality. This is the Home Minister, in fact, now celebrating, congratulating the people of Bihar. People have called him the Chanakya. He was there in the thick of the action, I stayed almost for a month at the Maurya Hotel in Patna. The only time I had a problem getting a room was because the Home Minister every second day was there. This tells you that the general was leading the election from front. I want to play out at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, what Home Minister Amit Shah told NDTV on our platform in Bihar. In fact, when the power play in Bihar, he was quite confident and predicted a victory of the magnitude 160 plus was his prediction for NDA. Listen in.
आपको ये कॉन्फिडेंस है कि इस वक्त बीजेपी अपना बेस्ट एवर परफॉर्मेंस बीट कर पाएगी?
अभी दूसरा चरण थोड़ा प्रचार वहाँ पर पिकअप नहीं हुआ है। बीजेपी की सीट बाय सीट आकलन करना अभी दूसरे चरण का बहुत कठिन है, परंतु जो ओवरऑल मैक्रो पॉलिटिकल एटमॉस्फेयर बना है, एनडीए गठबंधन 160 के आसपास सीट जीत कर आएगा और जो बचा है वो सारा सब में बटेगा।
You know, as I've been asking, and I asked every BJP spokesperson, I asked Radhika also, I think the Home Minister could, he said 160, he also didn't think that the magnitude of the victory is going to be this big, कि वो बिल्कुल 2010 वाला भी cross करने वाले हैं. Before I go on, I have to go to Radhika, she's been waiting patiently, but before I do that, we just want to play out for our viewers, because right since early morning, we have been analyzing the numbers, and as the leads have come in, and it has turned out to be a day of historic mandate for the people of Bihar, who have delivered a resounding verdict in favor of the NDA. Seat after seat, constituency after constituency, the number surged in one direction, and the direction is with NDA. Celebrations, ladies and gentlemen, from Patna to Delhi have begun.
एनडीए की अब तक की सबसे बड़ी विजय इस चुनाव में पक्की है दोस्तों।
A prediction that came true and resoundingly so. A bumper mandate for NDA in Bihar. Littis, jalebis and laddus. Celebrations galore in the NDA camp. With a historic sweep, it's clear that the NDA had struck the right chords with the voters. With the Mahagathbandhan's rout, Bihar put its vote of confidence in welfare delivery, leadership advantage of the NDA. A big credit for the NDA's win has been given to the 10,000 rupees assistance for 1.3 crore women, seen in a record 71% women turnout. Free 125-unit electricity and a big pension hike, 1,100 rupees, that brought senior citizens firmly to Nitish's side. While the NDA stayed on message, welfare and stability, the opposition lost its way. Perceived youth anger over jobs and migration failed to strike a chord. At a time when a high-profile murder in Patna had placed the NDA on the defensive over law and order, Mahagathbandhan changed course.
तेजस्वी यादव, श्री राहुल गांधी और श्री अखिलेश यादव, ये तीनों लोग मिलकर के ये तीनों बैटमैन फेल हो गए.
The pivoting of the opposition campaign on the SIR issue with the statewide yatras didn't find much traction. Even as the exit polls predicted an easy NDA win, the final results surprised even the pollsters and political pundits. With Bihar done, NDA now eyes Bengal.
बिहार की जीत तो झांकी है, अगली बारी हमारी दीदी, बंगाल वाली दीदी, तुम सुन लो, बंगाल अभी बाकी है.
Bihar has proved the saying, old is still gold, as Nitish Kumar emerges once again as the OG vote magnet. After over 2 decades at the helm of Bihar's politics, the state's longest-serving Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has proved all the apprehensions over his health wrong. Concerns over Nitish Kumar's health and his waning appeal gave rise to whispers, but they remain that, whispers, with the voters speaking loud and clear.
Presented by Motorola Edge 60 Pro. Grab Motorola Edge 60 Pro today.
JK Tire, Smart Tire.
front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live. Unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
मजे को दुगुना करना है, मजे को तीन गुना करना है। गाजी, रोहन, कमाल से।
While on one hand there are laddu, jalebi and everything in the works that you can think of for the NDA, it has been a disastrous run and end of that campaign for Mahagathbandhan in Bihar as Tejashwi Rahul duo failed to win seats despite pulling massive rallies. Many saw youngsters coming to their events, to their rallies, and even some pollsters thought that there is a clear edge that the Mahagathbandhan has as far as the young voter between 8 to 29 are concerned. When you look at the margin and the magnitude of this victory, it seemed that eventually everybody had put their faith in Nitish Kumar led NDA in Bihar. Let's take a look at the factors that resulted in this resounding defeat of the Mahagathbandhan.
या जो सीटें महागठबंधन जीत रही है उसको डिक्लेयर मत करो, एनडीए की सीटों को जो है वो डिक्लेयर करो.
An assertion by the RJD Sion at the beginning of the day sounded hollow in a few hours. The Mahagathbandhan's performance this time was a shadow of its 2020 results when the opposition bloc fell just short of forming the government. It was a campaign where one of the key faces, Rahul Gandhi, was missing for almost 2 months and joined only towards the end. There was also buzz about discord within the alliance, with RJD reportedly wresting the CM face from Congress. MGB's social engineering math was also weak. 40% of Congress candidates were upper caste. For the RJD, only 7% of the candidates were EBC. On cue, the Gathbandhan justified the results by blaming the Election Commission.
रुझानों में ज़रूर लग रहा है कि ज्ञानेश कुमार गुप्ता भारी पड़ रहे हैं बिहार की जनता पर. मैं बिहार की जनता को तो कम नहीं आंक सकता. उन्होंने पूरा हिम्मत दिखाई है, SIR के बावजूद दिखाई है, वोट चोरी के बावजूद दिखाई है.
RJD had laid the groundwork from Thursday itself, raising a conspiracy theory and threats.
पर खास तौर पे ऐसी सीटें जहां मार्जिन कम है या जो सीटें महागठबंधन जीत रही है उसको डिक्लेयर मत करो, एनडीए की सीटों को जो है वो डिक्लेयर करो.
हमारे आवाज को नहीं दाब सकता है, आप लोग भी अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं. कोई व्यक्ति चाहेगा कि हम फूंक फेंक के हमको डरा दें, तो FIR भी होगा, फिर भी जो सच्चाई होगा हम लगातार डालिए रहेंगे.
BJP was quick to dismiss RJD's allegations.
कुछ लोग जो है वो जनादेश को स्वीकार करने के बजाय उस पर जो है हाहाकार करने में ज़्यादा यकीन करते हैं, तो वो उनको जो है नुकसान करता है.
Well, the people of Bihar have spoken, and they've spoken loudly enough that the Mahagathbandhan needs to introspect really hard. Several factors seem to have worked for the NDA, from social engineering to the magic of Nitish and Narendra Modi. For the Mahagathbandhan, it's clearly an inability to assure the people of Bihar that they are capable of leading them to a bright future. With camera person Ashwini Mehra, this is Vasudha Venugopal for NDTV.
Just a short while back, we spoke to senior BJP leader, Member of Parliament from Patna Sahib, Ravi Shankar Prasad. He spoke about the core voters of the NDA and how the MGB vote bank is also shifting from under their feet.
people have risen above caste and community. Are you suggesting that people who are traditionally not your voters, who are core voters of the Mahagathbandhan, and I would assume by that you mean Muslims and Yadavs, they have also voted for you in this election? And if yes, are they Muslim women and Yadav women whose votes you think you've got?
I think those things will have to await a proper analysis of statistics, you know. But yes, there was a profound congregation of people having a trust in the future of Bihar. That's the only way I would tell you.
Ravi Shankar ji, Sanjeev Srivastava has a question for you.
Statistics subsequently.
रवि शंकर जी नमस्ते, संजीव श्रीवास्तव बोल रहा हूँ। चूंकि आपने अभी कहा कि पीपल ऑफ बिहार हैव ट्रांसेंडेड द कास्ट बैरियर, यही पद्मजा ने अभी पूछा था। जो 38 सीटें महागठबंधन की अभी दिखा रहा है फिगर, इसका मतलब कि जो उनका कोर वोट बैंक है वो भी बिखर गया क्या इस बार? और क्या ये एक आने वाले चुनावों की ओर भी संकेत दे सकता है कि अब ये फाइनली वो बैरियर क्रॉस किया है कि भाई ये क्योंकि मुझे तो घूमते हुए बिहार में लगा था इस बार ये पूरी तरह से कास्ट ही काबिज है।
ये लिमोसिन लिबरल के आप ही मेंबर थे, मैं देख रहा था। राहुल कंवल मखाना के खेत में कूद गए थे तो मैंने उनका अभिनंदन भी किया, अच्छी बात है। रुचिर मखाना खा रहे थे तो मुझे अच्छा लगा। जब वहाँ जाइएगा तो सच्चाई मालूम होगी, समझे आप? पहली बात मैं आपसे ये कहूँगा, आपको मैं ये नहीं कर रहा हूँ कि आपको ब्लेम कर रहा हूँ। देखिए इस बात को समझिए आप, अगर एमवाई की बात करें तो एमवाई में भी महिलाएं होती हैं कि नहीं? यादव में महिलाएं होती हैं कि नहीं? और वो भी तो देखती हैं ना, वो भी अपने बच्चों का भविष्य देखती हैं ना। लेकिन जो बड़ा सवाल मैं आपसे ये देख रहा हूँ कि जो उनके ट्रेडिशनल वोट बैंक हैं उनके अंदर भी भविष्य के बिहार की तस्वीर आती है कि नहीं आती है? ये एक बहुत बड़ी बात मैं आपसे कहने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ।
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती है तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं, उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
Across the country, he has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea, witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones, brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network.
Pulling us into this country. They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. Stop.
Welcome back. At 6 o'clock, Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaks to the voters and, of course, his party cadre in Bihar. We were just discussing in the studio with Professor Badrinaran Tehseen Poonawala about the ability, Tehseen, of the Congress party to not, or the opposition on the large, not understand and course correct. From 2024, if they had a little bit of upper hand with the victory of Maharashtra and this victory of Bihar, that edge has completely been diminished.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the opposition, first the issues in the Lok Sabha were completely different from the issues in the State Assembly. So in the Lok Sabha, it may have worked that the Constitution is in danger, but in the State Assembly, everybody knows the Constitution is not in danger.
No, but largely the theme is fear factor. Reservation हटा देंगे, अभी आपका वोट ले जाएंगे.
So what happens with that is, we all know the problems. What is the solution that I can give? People understand the problems. Are you giving a solution? The BJP has one solution. You may like or not like those solutions, but there is a ready-made solution. You know that this is what the BJP stands for. What is it? And I'm again asking you, what is it that the opposition stands for? What is that model? Now tell me one model, Professor Saab, you're Ankit, and you've covered the Congress, that has been consistent in the Congress's issue. They took up the issue of Rafale. Rafale. It's disappeared. Then caste. It's disappeared. Then vote chori. You get success when you stick to one thing. The BJP stuck to Ram Mandir. It stuck to 370. You like it or you dislike it. So
but the detractors, just give me a second. You would say Rahul Gandhi is sticking to vote chori. It doesn't matter what the election result is.
He's sticking. The sticking is for a short period of time. What happened to the earlier issue you raised? That's gone away now. Now nobody's talking about caste census suddenly. And before that, nobody's talking about. So you get some amount of attention. The issue's over. Those issues are not resonating. When you're in opposition, I have to say what are the lacuna in government A. B, what is my solution to provide better.
All right, these are some live shots coming in at this moment. That is Chirag Paswan, if I'm not mistaken. His party fought 29, one seat they got disqualified, 28. That's his brother-in-law, his member of parliament, and that's his mother that you are seeing at this moment on your screens. 19 from one seat in 2020. Chirag Paswan has taken his party's fortunes to 19. And make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, in this election, if we are still talking about Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad Yadav, the baggage on the RJD and the X factor that is Nitish Kumar Yadav, Chirag Paswan, Tejashwi Yadav are going to fight slug it out in the election 2030. They are the young faces as far as the election of Bihar is concerned. He has in fact led his party. Now he's a union minister. 5 out of 5 that seats that they got in the Lok Sabha they have won, and now 19 out of 28 is their strike rate in the Vidhan Sabha election as well. Make no mistake, Chirag Paswan's party is going to be one of the important stakeholders in the upcoming government as well. And hopefully, I mean, at least for the LJP and Chirag Paswan would be hoping once the Nitish era is over, he can emerge as that EBC, pichda backward leader in Bihar. Professor Narayan, while these visuals are playing, RJD last time and this time got a similar vote percentage, 23% vote, but about 45 seats less than what they got last time. Does this tell you that the election management, the way BJP approaches election management seat by seat is something that the opposition will have to learn? Otherwise, they will be in fact subjected to this fate election after election.
Yeah, Ankit, you are very right. Actually, what BJP does, BJP always work very hard and never become confident. They always think they are not going to win in that way. And they know and they understand the social chemistry and the social equations, and through that they work. Like Dusad sir, 5% population in Bihar, and scattered in every part of Bihar. So 5% if added in the vote, which BJP already has, that will make a lot of difference in the election result. So one thing is this. Secondly, the election architect like Amit Shah and the Dharmendra Pradhan, very silent worker at the field. No one, he never appear in the media in a big way, but they work on the field. Third thing is they are doing a positive politics. They're the politics of hope. And on the other hand, you rightly pointed out, Congress politics is based on the politics of fear. They always want to evoke fear, vote chori, the constitutions, the communalism, and through that they Hindutva, and through that they want to polarize votes. And that will not work always.
While we are talking about the people, those who have worked very intricately to make this victory possible for the BJP and the NDA, in JDU, Sanjay Jha is that person who has in fact he tried to take the JDU to a new gen election fighting machine. Nitish Kumar, a socialist leader, may or may not have approved. I mean, post the 2015 experience with Prashant Kishor, though they got the victory, then Prashant Kishor left them in 2018. After that, a new team of experts, strategists, those who are managing their social media, putting out Nitish Kumar image. Yesterday, I had the privilege of speaking to somebody who, in fact, was able to tell me point by point how from January to going up to the election, they tried to change the whole image and perception of Nitish Kumar, the voters, and the way, in fact, Mahilas were targeted, old speeches of Nitish Kumar going on their WhatsApp. All that has made an impact. These are celebration shots which are coming in from the JDU office, Nitish Kumar, and this is Chirag Paswan, of course. You know, last election was the election when, for the first time, Chirag Paswan fought the election with his father not being around. That election, he was largely seen as somebody who has been used to take on the JDU, ensure that the JDU is not able to cross, a number of seats. They were reduced to 43. This time, with the addition of Chirag Paswan in the NDA, it seems, Professor Badrinarayan, not only has he benefited himself, there has been a seamless transfer of votes, which now is being reflected in the strike rate that we are seeing of the NDA.
Yeah, indeed, Ankit, it was the power of Ramvilas Paswan also. He has always power to transfer his votes. So his value always remain constant in the politics. And the power of transferring vote transferred to the Chirag Paswan, and that vote added with the BJP and the JDU votes and made a huge difference for him and for others also, because if those 5% Dusats will be added everywhere, that will make a big difference.
Testing very quickly, Congress at this moment has gone up to 5 leads, though Asaduddin Owaisi has 6 at this moment.
Yeah.
How much of a danger is Asaduddin Owaisi when it comes to pan-India? Let me take it to 2029 election. The Congress party, it is generally been seen, or at least sensed, when it comes to the general election, the minority votes, especially the Muslim votes, like to rally behind the Congress because they think they are the national alternative. If this trend continues and we will see Owaisi possibly meddling in West Bengal, then in Assam as well, how difficult or dangerous is this trend for the Congress party?
It is extremely difficult, considering that the Congress keeps on losing its Muslim vote bank. In Maharashtra, for example, it handed over its entire Muslim vote bank to the Shiv Sena UBT on a platter, and I don't understand why. Secondly, one of the things that I saw on the Patna airport when I was flying back was a lot of Muslims who had come to vote, and I was kind of surprised that, you come all the way to vote. Their take was, look, SIR, if we lose our vote, we may lose our citizenship. But more importantly, a lot of them were voting for Owaisi. Their point was, you want a 100% vote, but you're not giving us equal ticket. And then one visual picture
representation.
In one picture of Tejashwi sitting with the Deputy Chief Minister candidate, whereas there was a Muslim on the carpet down. I think that went very viral.
Okay, I want to very quickly on these visuals of Mr. Chirag Paswan. We earlier spoke to one of his party's young MP, Shambhavi Choudhary, about Chirag Paswan and the future, of course, the magnitude of this victory and the future for the LJP. Take a look.
Is this way beyond your wildest imagination? Forget the Kante ki takkar. This is as a headline now says, tsunami, because you got a tsunamo, like a Nemo. So tsunamo in Bihar.
See, we were very definite of our victory. Like I said earlier also, that there was no doubt was winning this election, but of course we were working very hard on the margin, on the number of seats, and I think the effort has finally paid off. There was a sense of confidence among the NDA leaders, and also the voters were intact. The voters were looking towards a progressive Bihar, were looking towards a government that has advocated for the rights of every Bihari, and definitely the development oriented politics that has emerged in Bihar is the sole reason behind this glorious victory.
Shambhaviji, Ankit has a question for you. Ankit.
I just wanted to ask you, because Chirag Paswan has, your party leader has said that in the next election, most likely his politics would be in Bihar more than that is at the center. Does this set Chirag Paswan on the stage for 2030 as possibly the young top leader of the EBCs as well, if that space is given by Mr. Nitish Kumar by 2030?
I think our national president Chirag Paswan ji had already established himself as a leader after the 2024 Lok Sabha polls, and there was no doubt that he is already an emerging face for Bihar politics, but for 2030, I think we will have to wait and watch. It is solely our leader's decision, and whatever the party decides. Right now, our focus is to deliver on our promises that we've made in the Vidhan Sabha elections and focus on our delivery.
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot straight and tell you stories the way they need to be told. Unfiltered, unafraid, unmissable. That's how I roll. Watch me, Priyanka Deo, on NDTV World. Namaste.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind. I pause. I reflect. I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
Namaste, India. As you all know, I've been traveling around the world with my music. But this one is truly special. Something that's India. You all must have seen the magic that was created in Kun Fayakun. Now it's your chance to experience it with me. So book your tickets from District app, and together let's create harmony of hearts. See you, Delhi.
We unveil NDTV Golf Pro-Am, India's #1 golf pro-am, the course of champions, the conversation of leaders.
Chirag Paswan, the leader of the LJP Ram Vilas, has spoken after resounding victory of his party and the NDA. Listen in.
सबसे पहले मैं बिहार की जनता को, बिहार की महान जनता को विशेष धन्यवाद और बधाई देता हूं कि जिस तरीके से एक ऐतिहासिक फैसला बिहार की जनता ने एनडीए को एक प्रचंड जीत देकर अगले 5 साल बिहार को विकास की राह पर गति देने की सोच के साथ ये फैसला लिया है। मैं ये मानता हूं और मैंने हमेशा कहा है कि बिहार और बिहारियों में वो बुद्धि है, वो क्षमता है कि सही समय पर सही फैसला लेते हैं। ये एक लंबे समय के बाद बिहार में डबल इंजन की सरकार को मजबूती देने का एक ऐसा लम्हा आया जहां एक तरफ मेरे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सोच तो वहीं मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार जी के अनुभव का गठजोड़ अगले 5 साल
The most coveted invitation in the Indian corporate golf calendar, where top corporates go head-to-head with the finest professional golfers. An exclusive circuit across multiple cities, aspirational, unforgettable. NDTV Golf Pro-Am, India's #1 golf pro-am is here. The course of champions, the conversation of leaders. NDTV Golf Pro-Am, coming soon, stay tuned.
The front lines of Kargil, the fury of Operation Sindhu,
so many attacks,
the chaos and cries of disaster zones, to fighter jet cockpits, and the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Center.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine and France in Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
मजे को दुगुना करना है, मजे को 3 गुना करना है। गाजी, रोहन, come on, say.
And those celebrations are just getting started. Viewer, you tell me, what do we call our coverage if not Sunimo? Just look at the numbers on your screen right now on NDTV. These are live figures. We don't manufacture figures. This is exactly what's happening on the Election Commission website as well. 202 to the NDA, 34 to the Mahagathbandhan. This is a historic decimation in Bihar of the Mahagathbandhan. The NDA is riding high. There is muscle and momentum. Prime Minister Modi in an hour from now will be going to the BJP headquarters in Delhi. Let me quickly get you the top stories to wrap. It is the Sunimo, the Nemo factor has trumped all. Nitish and BJP set for clean sweep in Bihar with massive 200 plus mandate. Celebrations in Patna, JDU puts Nitish posters. Mahagathbandhan staring at a humiliating defeat in Bihar. Congress only leading in single digits between 4 and 5 seats. Mukesh Sahni says the MGB will introspect. The JDU's jailed Bahubali Anant Singh has won from Mokama. He wins by over 28,000 votes. A reminder of Bahubali and strongman politics that continues to remain alive in Bihar. Sare Zameen Par for Prashant Kishor. His Jan Suraaj party has debuted with a duck. Jan Suraaj fails to open its account in Bihar. But the story isn't that simple. We'll tell you more. Tiny bit of solace for the Congress party. They've swept the Jubilee Hills by-poll. BRS candidate faces a landslide defeat. BJP cries conspiracy, accuses the Congress of distributing money for votes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who will be at the BJP headquarters in Delhi in about 45 minutes from now, has just spoken out for the first time on the big Bihar win by the NDA. The Prime Minister has just put out on social media, the victory of good governance has been achieved. The victory of development has been achieved. The victory of the spirit of public welfare has been achieved, says the Prime Minister. The victory of social justice has been achieved. My deepest gratitude to the family members of Bihar who have blessed the NDA with a historic and unprecedented victory in the 2025 Assembly elections. This resounding public mandate will empower us to serve the people and work with new resolve for Bihar. The NDA has ensured all-round development of the state. The people have given us a massive majority after witnessing our track record and our vision to take the state to new heights. I heartily congratulate Chief Minister Nitish Kumar ji and our NDA family allies Chirag Paswan, Jitan Ram Manji and Upendra Kushwaha for this resounding victory. I express my gratitude to each worker of the NDA who've worked tirelessly. They went among the public, presented our development agenda and firmly countered every lie of the opposition. Remember, the Prime Minister will be making a speech at the BJP headquarters in a short while from now. We're counting down to that as well. He says, I appreciate them from the bottom of my heart. In the coming times, we will work actively to develop Bihar, give a new identity to its infrastructure and the state's culture. We will ensure that the youth power and women power here get ample opportunities for a prosperous life. That's the big statement right now from the Prime Minister. Let me quickly get a reaction from Ashok Malik, Tehseen Punawala also with us here as resident commentators and experts. Ashok, your first reaction to what the Prime Minister has just said, a lengthy statement thanking the people of Bihar, promising a new identity in the state. We just played out a soundbite of his from a rally just before the results where he said this was going to be historic, and it is.
This is a qualitatively different statement from what the Prime Minister would have said if the NDA had won, but the JDU had finished well ahead, and the BJP was a secondary ally, as has been the case so far. Okay, this shows that the BJP is clearly not just the party ahead; it is the party of the future.
it is going to outsurvive Nitish Kumar when his distinguished career ends, whenever it ends.
Yeah.
And institutionally, it will overtake it has overtaken the JDU. So this is the Prime Minister laying out a long-term agenda for governance in Bihar, but also for the BJP in Bihar.
Tehseen, what did you think of the Prime Minister's statement? You know, Narendra Modi and Nitish have had a bumpy sort of thing behind them. The BJP is showing up, 10 more than the JDU. There's that dynamic here as well. But it seems like this one really worked out, and that reflects in his comment. What did you think?
Absolutely. I think the Prime Minister was being gracious. Also, I think he was being magnanimous by calling this an NDA victory, which it is, despite the fact that the BJP is number one. But you must also remember that the highest growth in this election has been of the JDU. It's got the most number of seats. So while, yes, the BJP may be number one, the highest growth has been of Nitish Kumar ji. And it is very obvious that the BJP will not upset that dynamic. This statement, if you read between the lines, the Prime Minister is very clear by calling it an NDA victory of Vikas and good governance. He's very clear Nitish ji will at least for now continue to be the face while the Prime Minister continues. So it's very, very clear what the Prime Minister's put out, ending some YouTubers' speculation on Twitter that there could be something else, but then we know that the YouTubers have been getting it wrong all along.
But you probably wouldn't rule out, 2.5, something.
Which is what I'm saying.
Because it is different from what it would have been if the JDU had won.
That's true, but it won't happen before UP.
No, absolutely. So, and Nitish Kumar's victory, role in the victory was very, very important.
And we are clear that he is going to be the Chief Minister, because the Prime Minister has addressed him as Chief Minister Nitish Kumar ji as well.
Exactly, that was the word.
That is an important part of that statement.
Chief Minister Nitish Kumar is very clear that the Prime Minister made it clear.
Pradeep Bhandari of the BJP is also with us. Pradeep, welcome. A big congratulations to your party. Incredible, stellar performance. Sunimo is how we're describing it here on NDTV, and I hear that it's gone viral on social media as well. The BJP headquarters must be decked up, as we've just seen, awaiting the Prime Minister's arrival. I think you're on mute, Pradeep.
Yes, Shiv, we are all at the headquarters and we are waiting for the Honorable Prime Minister because today's day is historic, Shiv. And I say this because of the following reasons. Point number one, recall, Shiv, you'll be a very experienced journalist and you have Mr. Ashok Malik with you. Generally, analysts used to say that anti-incumbency is a trend which settles in with somebody who is in governance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has broken that and has established that pro-incumbency has become a habit under Prime Minister Narendra Modi in governance. And this is state agnostic. Whether it is Maharashtra, whether it is Bihar, whether it is Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh, PM has established that you can get more mandate, more support of the people if you do good governance and development.
राज के कारण बिहार बदनाम भी हुआ. बिहार ये गाली है, ऐसा जो उनको लग रहा था, इसके लिए वो बार-बार कहते थे कि हम बिहारी सब पे भारी है, हम मेहनती है, हम टैलेंटेड है, हम काम करना चाहते हैं, मगर हमें मौका मिलना चाहिए. मगर वहाँ बिहार में उनको मौका नहीं मिलता.
मेरे सहयोगी सुमित अवस्थी आपसे सवाल करेंगे. सुमित,
पाटिल साहब, ये बताइए कि इतनी बड़ी जीत हासिल करने के लिए 243 में से 202 पे आप लीड कर रहे हैं. इसके लिए कितने दिन पहले तैयारी शुरू करनी पड़ती है, कितनी मेहनत लगती है और कैसे कर पाते हैं आप?
आज जीत हुई है ना, आज का जो विजय रैली निकलेगी वो अगले इलेक्शन की तैयारी ही होगी.
अच्छा,
तो उसी दिन से शुरू हो जाता है. जब रिजल्ट आना शुरू होता है वहीं से अगले इलेक्शन की तैयारी करनी पड़ती है. वो एक दिन, एक महीना, एक साल ऐसा इस पर नहीं होता है. पूरा 5 साल उसके लिए मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी साहब, श्री अमित भाई साहब जिस तरह से प्लानिंग करके मेहनत करते हैं, मेहनत तो करते हैं सब लोग, और प्लानिंग के आधार पर जो मेहनत करते हैं उसका परिणाम ये हमें आज बिहार में देखने को मिल रहा है.
पाटिल साहब, एक सवाल और लेने का मन कर रहा है मेरा आपसे. बीजेपी सबसे बड़ी पार्टी है, 91% का स्ट्राइक रेट, 92 सीटें जीतती हुई दिखाई दे रही है. क्या बीजेपी चाहेगी कि अब तो अपना मुख्यमंत्री बनना चाहिए?
देखो, मैं वो निर्णय करने में उसमें नहीं हूँ, और मैं ऐसा मानता हूँ कि पार्टी ने नीतीश कुमार जी को ही मुख्यमंत्री बनाना और उसी का नाम आगे करके इलेक्शन लड़ा हुआ है, और पार्टी उसी के रास्ते पे शायद आगे जाएगी ऐसा लगता है. और बिहार के लोग भी यही चाहते हैं. और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी साहब का और जो नीतीश कुमार जी का जिस तरह से एक दूसरे के प्रति संबंध है, एक प्रेम है, एक भावना है, एक विश्वास है, और जिस तरह नीतीश कुमार जी सुशासन की बात करते हैं, उन्होंने 20 साल में कभी उनके ऊपर कोई करप्शन का आक्षेप नहीं लगा. उन्होंने बिहार को पूरा जंगल राज से बाहर निकालने के लिए सफलतापूर्वक प्रयत्न किए। मोदी साहब के साथ मिलकर डेवलपमेंट में भी उन्होंने कई अचीवमेंट किए। बहुत बड़े बड़े काम उसके होने के कारण लोगों को आज वहाँ पर एयर कनेक्टिविटी मिली, रोड कनेक्टिविटी मिली, ट्रेन कनेक्टिविटी मिली, खेलकूद के लिए स्टेडियम मिला, उनको मेट्रो मिला, उनको 5-6 एयरपोर्ट नए नए बिहार में बने। और इसके कारण लोगों को भी लगता है कि बिहार अब जो विकास के मार्ग पर है, तो उसको आगे बढ़ाने में ये जो गठबंधन है, ये जो डबल इंजन की सरकार है, ये अच्छा काम करती है। और इसी के कारण उन्होंने विश्वास भी रखा है, उन्होंने उसके ऊपर सपोर्ट भी किया है।
अच्छा, दिलचस्प बात यह है कि आपको सीमांचल के इलाके में भेजा गया। मुकेश सैनी जी जुड़े हैं विकासशील इंसान पार्टी के हमारे साथ। मुकेश जी 1 मिनट दीजिए, मैं अभी थोड़ी देर में आपके पास आ रहा हूं। अगर हम क्षेत्र के हिसाब से देखते हैं तो सीमांचल की 50 सीटों में सीमांचल की जो 24 सीटें उसमें भी 15 बीजेपी और जेडीयू को मिली है, यानी कि जो इलाका आपका बड़ा कमजोर था वहां पे भी आप जीते। और ये भी चर्चा हुई कि हो सकता है कि ओवैसी की पार्टी इस बार क्रैश कर जाए। ऐसा हुआ नहीं, इस दफा भी असुद्दीन ओवैसी की पार्टी ने अच्छा प्रदर्शन किया, यानी कि जो आपने तमाम समीकरण अलग अलग तरह से बिठाने की कोशिश की सीमांचल के इलाके में, वो भी काफ़ी काम आई। इस बार भी AIMIM की 5 सीटें, पिछली दफ़ा भी इतनी थी, और सीमांचल में भी आपके अलायंस का अच्छा प्रदर्शन हुआ है, जो आपके एकदम खिलाफ का इलाका था।
मेरे पास करीब 78 सीट थी, उसमें से हम करीब 72 पे आगे चल रहे हैं या कहीं पे जीत भी गए हैं। हमारी कोशिश है कि 73 का भी फिगर उसके अंदर अगर जुड़ जाए, तो ये कोशिश चल रही है। वो अभी तो वोटिंग सिर्फ काउंटिंग ही है, मगर हमें अपेक्षा है कि हम 73 तक पहुंच जाएंगे। और मुझे लगता है कि हमने इसमें कुछ किया ऐसा नहीं है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी साहब के लिए और श्री नीतीश कुमार के लिए जो लोगों के मन में भावना थी, और लोगों ने ही ये निर्णय तक कर लिया था कि NDA को जिताना है। हमने कई प्रयोग किए। हमने गुजरात में अलग अलग विधानसभा में से, कर्नाटक में से, कच्छ में से, यहाँ जो बिहार के लोग रहते थे उनके साथ वर्चुअल मैंने वहाँ से किया, पूर्णिया से किया, वहाँ बेगूसराय से किया। हजारों लोग उसके अंदर एक एक मीटिंग में जुड़े। उनको हमने कहा था कि आपके दोस्त, रिश्तेदार, व्यापारी, उन सबको आप रिक्वेस्ट करें कि NDA का कोई भी कैंडिडेट जहाँ भी है उसको वोट कीजिए। वो भी यानी हर प्रयोग, कोई एक प्रयोग के कारण इलेक्शन जीता नहीं जाता है। हर सब कुछ करना पड़ता है और हर जगह अलग अलग करना पड़ता है। मुझे लगता है कि हमने जो
सुमित, मैं आपको कहानी सुनाता हूँ। हम लोग लौटे दिन भर कैंपेन देखने के बाद, ये CR पाटिल साहब की मीटिंग चल रही थी। उसके बाद हम लोग डिनर के लिए गए, वापस आए, रात को अब 11:30-12 बज गए थे। तब भी वो अपने टेबल पे अपनी पूरी फौज को बैठा, अलग अलग जो सांसद थे, निशिकांत दुबे थे, अलग अलग जगह से अलग अलग लोग आए हुए थे। सीमांचल का पूरी मीटिंग चल रही थी। 11:30, 12:30, मतलब उसके बाद तो मैं जाके सो गया, लेकिन इनकी मीटिंगों का सिलसिला लगातार चल रहा था। और ये भी एक बहुत बड़ी वजह है कि इतनी बड़ी जेडीयू बीजेपी की जीत हुई है। CR पाटिल साहब, शुभकामनाएं, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आप हमारे साथ जुड़े। अब हम चलते हैं मुकेश साहनी जी के पास, विकासशील इंसान पार्टी के हैं। बड़ी बातें हुई कि किस तरीके से मल्ला वोट जुड़ेगा।
Waiting for the Prime Minister who's just made that statement. He's going to be at the BJP headquarters in just a short while from now. Let's take you live now to Vasudha Venugopal, our political editor, who's at the BJP headquarters in Delhi. We also have Aishwarya Jain at the BJP headquarters in Delhi. Vasudha is in Patna. I beg your pardon. Vasudha, what's happening there? The big celebrations. You were unable to hear us when we came to you last. I hope you can hear us now. The Prime Minister has just put out a big statement making a lot of things very, very clear. Okay, I apologize for that. We've got to go back to Rahul Kanwal, who's got Mukesh Sahni with him.
नहीं पता, लेकिन हमारे स्टूडियो की आवाज आ रही है कि नहीं मुकेश सैनी जी आपको?
जी हाँ, आ रही है अभी आवाज आपकी।
अच्छा, मैं कह रहा हूं कि आपकी वो तैरती हुई रील तो बड़ी वायरल हुई, लेकिन जहां पे वायरलिटी चाहिए थी वोटरों के बीच में, वहां पे वायरलिटी बड़ी कम थी। ऐसी क्या वजह रही?
नहीं, देखिए, ये तो सबके सामने में है। 200 प्लस के साथ NDA का सरकार बनने के लिए जा रहा है, और इसके लिए मैं मोदी जी को, नीतीश जी को मैं बधाई देता हूं और जनादेश को सम्मान करता हूं। और इसमें जो हम लोगों को अभी आने वाले समय में इस पर रिसर्च करेंगे कि आखिर ऐसा कैसा हुआ है। आज कुछ भी बोल देना सही नहीं होगा, लेकिन फर्स्ट दृष्टिकोण से, क्योंकि मैं राज्य का नागरिक हूँ, राज्य में 11 साल से काम कर रहा हूँ, इस सब चीज़ से मैं अगर एक चीज़ देख रहा हूँ पहला दृष्टिकोण ये दिख रहा है कि मोदी जी के भाषा में रेवड़ी बांट के सरकार बनाना, तो वही अभी हमें देखने के लिए मिल रहा है कि 10,000 रुपया 20 चुनाव में 1.5 करोड़ माता बहन के खाते में, 1.5 करोड़ लोगों को माता बहन के खाते में पैसा जाना और उनको बताना कि हम 2 लाख रुपया देंगे, 10,000 रुपया अभी दे रहे हैं और 1,90,000 रुपया हमारी सरकार बनने के बाद देंगे। तो ये देखकर, क्योंकि बिहार में गरीबी है, लाचारी है, परेशानी है, तो इसको देखते हुए लोगों ने मन बना के, माता बहन ने, और भरपूर वोटिंग उनके पक्ष में किए हैं। ऐसा अभी भी 50% वोट मोदी जी क्रॉस नहीं किए या एनडीए ने क्रॉस नहीं किया। अभी भी राज्य में एक बड़ा तबका जो है,
नहीं, पर ये एक वजूद की लड़ाई थी, मुकेश सैनी के लिए थी, और आपके दावे थे कि जहां पे आप जाएंगे मल्ला वोट, निषाद वोट वहां पे आ जाएगा। सी वोटर का आंकलन मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूं, 23 ऐसी सीटें आइडेंटिफाई हुई। एक सेकंड मेरी बात सुन लीजिए, जहां पे निषाद वोटर्स कम से कम 15% से ज्यादा है, वहां पे इस वक्त के आंकड़े ये बता रहे हैं कि 23 में से 22 सीटें यानी 95.7% स्ट्राइक रेट तो एनडीए का है। आपके अलायंस का स्ट्राइक रेट केवल 1/22 है, केवल 4.6%। आप तो जो इतने बड़े बड़े दावे कर रहे थे, बातें कर रहे थे कि ये मल्ला वोट, सन ऑफ मल्ला वोट डिसाइसिव होगा, वो तो कुछ हुआ ही नहीं सर।
देखिए, मैं दावा हमेशा करते आया हूं कि मेरे पास 6-7% वोट है, पोलिंग कैपेसिटी 6-7% है, और 6-7% अभी भी मेरे साथ है। रहा सरकार बनाने के लिए 42-45% की ज़रूरी है, और इतना वोट निश्चित तौर पे मेरे पास नहीं है। अगर इतना 45% वोट होता तो मैं अकेले चुनाव लड़ता, मैं गठबंधन में क्यों चुनाव लड़ता। रहा कि मेरे पास 6-7% वोट आज भी है, कल भी रहने वाला है। जब तक अपने लोगों के अधिकार के लिए मैं लड़ाई लड़ते रहूंगा, तब तक ये वोट मेरे साथ है और आगे भी रहेंगे।
सुमित अवस्थी आप सवाल करना चाहते हैं?
आकर
सुमित,
राज्य में पैसा बांटकर,
मुकेश
जो
भाई,
काम पहले दबंग लोग जो है रात के अंधेरे में जाते थे और गांव में पैसा बांटकर वोट ले लेते थे और चुनाव जीत जाते थे, वो काम अगर दिन के उजाला में
ये आप
जनता के नागरिक के, राज के नागरिक के
मुकेश जी, चुनाव खत्म हो गया, इस तरह की शिकायतें आप चुनाव आयोग को कर सकते थे। आज इंट्रोस्पेक्शन का दिन है, आपने सारा का सारा इल्जाम डाल दिया कि 10,000 रुपये अकाउंट में गए। मेरी बात तो सुन लीजिए, लेट मी कंप्लीट मुकेश भाई। 10,000 रुपये अकाउंट में डाल दिया, इसलिए एनडीए ये चुनाव जीत गया। पर क्या आपको लगता नहीं है कि आपने जिस तरीके से आपने खुद ने अपने आप को अनाउंस कर दिया कि मैं डिप्टी सीएम होऊंगा, मुझे डिप्टी सीएमशिप चाहिए, आपने जिद पकड़ ली थी, प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस को 2 बार 3 बार डिले करना पड़ा जिस दिन अनाउंसमेंट हो रहा था। आपको लगता नहीं कि वहां आपकी जो हठधर्मिता थी उसने पूरे अलायंस की यूनिटी पर असर डाला?
नहीं, ये सब कोई बात नहीं है, ये सब अभी परसेप्शन कुछ भी बनाइए, ये सब पे मैंने नहीं रखता। ये एनडीए का पार्ट 2020 में मैं भी था, और एनडीए आप देखें कि 125 पुराने में बहुत उसको पसीना छूट रहा था, ठीक है। तो उस समय में भी एनडीए नीतीश कुमार जी भी थे। तो आप 5 साल में नीतीश जी क्या ही कर दिए हैं, बिहार में क्या ही बदलाव कर दिए, क्या ही फैक्ट्री लगा दिए हैं। और रहा कि मेरे फेस पे अगर चुनाव होना है, अगर मेरे पास वोट है,
नीतीश कुमार की पार्टी 43 से बढ़कर 84 पर पहुंच गई है,
चुनाव में गए उल्टा,
और विकासशील इंसान पार्टी 0 पर आ गई है। ये कर दिया नीतीश कुमार ने 5 साल की।
ठीक है, उनको शुभकामना देते हैं, जनता ने उनको वोट दिया, उनको शुभकामना देते हैं, बधाई देते हैं।
ये जय मृग आपसे सवाल करना चाहते हैं। जय,
एक चुनाव अकेले लड़ा हुआ है, उसमें आपका 2.57 2.5% के आसपास वोट है। तो मैं मानता हूं 6 आपका एम्बिशन है, आपकी मनोकामना है कि आपका 6% वोट है। दूसरी बात, आपके नाम के उप मुख्यमंत्री पद के लिए घोषणा के बाद भी वो 2.5, 5, 6 या 7 नहीं बना। बहुत से सोशल मीडिया रील्स में बहुत बोलवाया गया कि भाई चारों जो कुनबे हैं, तुराहा, केवट, निषाद, मिल्ला, सब कुछ मिलके 9% है, तो मुकेश जी को 6 मिलेगा ही मिलेगा।
हमारे साथ इस वक्त स्मृति ईरानी जी जुड़ गई हैं, वो लंदन में हैं, एक कार्यक्रम में थी, तो 1 मिनट में मैं उनके पास जाना चाह रहा हूँ। स्मृति जी, अगर आपको हमारी आवाज़ आ रही है, आपने काफ़ी कैंपेन किया बिहार में, और अब जो जीत आई है, जिस तरह से अभी मुकेश सहनी कह रहे थे कि 10,000 रुपये महिलाओं को दिए, इस वजह से जीत हो गई, वरना तो हम लोग जीत रहे थे। गठबंधन केवल 32 सीटों पे है, एनडीए 205। विपक्ष जो ये आरोप लगा रहा है कि एक तरीके से चुनाव खरीद लिया गया 10,000 रुपये देके, इस पर आपका क्या जवाब है विपक्षी पार्टियों को? स्मृति जी, स्वागत है आपका।
विपक्षी पार्टियों को आज जवाब स्वयं बिहार की जनता ने दिया है। वो विपक्ष मान करते हैं बिहार की 1,30,00,000 उन बहनों का जो अपनी मेहनत के बल पर अपने परिवार का सृजन करती हैं, अपने परिवार का पालन पोषण करती हैं। ये जितने भी गठबंधन के नेता विपक्ष के कटाक्ष करते हैं, टिप्पणी करते हैं, और वो भी अभद्र टिप्पणी करते हैं, असंवैधानिक टिप्पणी करते हैं आज के परिणाम पर, वो कहीं ना कहीं तौहीन करते हैं 76 लाख बिहार के किसान भाइयों का जो प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सम्मान निधि से जुड़े हुए हैं। इनफैक्ट आज 8,70,00,000 वो नागरिक जो प्रधानमंत्री जी के सानिध्य में पौष्टिक आहार पाते हैं, ये उनका भी अपमान है। मुझे लगता है ऐसा कोई पैतरा बचा नहीं था जो विपक्षी पार्टियों ने इस चुनाव में इस्तेमाल नहीं किया। आज राहुल जी, ये परिणाम विकास की जीत है, उन लोगों की हार है जो हमारे इस प्रदेश को जाति के आधार पर बांटने का भरसक प्रयास करते रहे। आज हार उन लोगों की है जिन्होंने हमारी संवैधानिक प्रक्रिया पर, चुनाव आयोग पर प्रश्न चिन्ह लगाया। आज न सिर्फ बिहार के वोटर के लिए अभिनंदन का दिन है, चुनाव आयोग के प्रति आभार व्यक्त करने का दिन है, जिन्होंने इतनी जिल्लत के बावजूद अपने कार्य को बखूबी, अपने कर्तव्य को बखूबी निभाया। लेकिन आज सबसे ज्यादा अगर अभिनंदन है तो उस नेतृत्व का जिन्होंने विकास को एक नए स्वरूप में बिहार में परिभाषित किया, नीतीश जी को और विशेषतः प्रधानमंत्री मोदी को मेरी ओर से इस इतिहास को गढ़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन, बहुत बहुत।
सुमित, आपसे सवाल करना चाहता हूं।
स्मृति जी, स्वागत है आपका, धन्यवाद बहुत बहुत, और बधाई खूब सारी आपको। ये जो जोड़ी है नरेंद्र मोदी और नीतीश कुमार की, ये जोड़ी ऐसी दौड़ी कि जो युवाओं की जोड़ी थी वो कहीं पीछे छूट गई। इस जोड़ी के बारे में, इस केमिस्ट्री के बारे में, इस कैमराडरी के बारे में मैं चाहूँगा आप ज़रूर टिप्पणी करें। बिहार की जनता के मन पे ऐसा क्या प्रभाव छोड़ा है 14 से जीतने के बाद? लगातार बीजेपी अपना प्रदर्शन भी ठीक कर रही है और बीजेपी के साथ जुड़कर जेडीयू को भी फायदा हुआ।
समन्वय के माध्यम से जब सरकार केंद्र और राज्य में चलती है तो उसका परिणाम क्या होता है, वो परिणाम आज राजनीतिक दृष्टिकोण से आप बिहार के चुनाव परिणाम में देख सकते हैं। सुमित जी, अगर आप सिर्फ छपरा का चुनाव देखें तो गठबंधन के विपक्षी नेताओं ने एक बहुत ही नामचीन चेहरे को इस सीट पर उतारा था। उनको मात देने वाली भारतीय जनता पार्टी की एक साधारण महिला प्रवक्ता है, महिला मोर्चा की एक साधारण कार्यकर्ता है जो एक बहुत ही सामान्य परिवार से आती है। वो महिला जिसने संगठन यात्रा में अपनी ओर से, छोटी कुमारी उनका नाम है, अपनी ओर से योगदान दिया, लेकिन संगठन ने जिस सशक्त तरीके से उस महिला को आगे बढ़ाया, सरकार की जिन नीतियों से जनता उनके समकक्ष खड़ी रही, आज चुनाव का एक एक सीट का ये परिणाम कहीं ना कहीं उसी का प्रमाण है। तो एक तरफ विपक्षी पार्टियों ने नीतीश जी का, प्रधानमंत्री मोदी का निजी स्तर पर जिस प्रकार से आपत्तिजनक और अभद्र टिप्पणियां करके अपमान किया, तब भी वो विकास के पथ पर अग्रसर रहे। ये बिहार की जनता ने देखा, बिहार की जनता ने स्वीकार किया और इसी नेताओं की जोड़ी को बिहार के भविष्य को रचने के लिए उन्होंने चुना। मैं यहाँ पर इस बात का भी उल्लेख करना चाहती हूँ कि बिहार की जनता, विशेषतः महिलाएं और वो परिवार जो एक सम्मानजनक स्थिति चाहते हैं अपने घर की बहू बेटियों के लिए, अपराध से रिक्त एक समाज चाहते हैं अपने परिजनों के लिए, उनके लिए ये विषय भी चिंता का था कि आरजेडी के शासन में जिस प्रकार से बिहार में अपराध पनपा, न सिर्फ अपहरण की घटनाएं बल्कि चंपा बिस्वास जैसी महिलाओं का जो हश्र हुआ, वो नहीं चाहते थे कि दहशत का वो दौर बिहार में लौटे। इसलिए बिहार की जनता ने अपने परिवारों के, समाज के, समुदाय की सुरक्षा को चुना, विकास को चुना, जिसके लिए मैं आभार व्यक्त करती हूं।
इलेक्शन गुरु अगर हम देखें तो वोट शेयर का आंकड़ा ये बता रहा है कि गठबंधन लगभग वहीं पर है जहां पर पिछले चुनाव में था। 38.3% इस दफा वोट शेयर है, पिछली दफा से केवल आधा % कम। एनडीए का वोट शेयर 6.3% बढ़ा है, इससे 39.7, जिसमें से ज्यादा सीधे वोट अदर्स की श्रेणी से आया है। तो मतलब तेजस्वी यादव ये कह सकते हैं कि देखिए मेरा वोट एक तरीके से बरकरार है, जितना था मेरा वोट बैंक वही है, लेकिन जितना भी एक्स्ट्रा वोट पड़ा वो सारा एनडीए ले गया है अदर से।
अंततः राहुल जी, जो जीता वही सिकंदर, और आज का सिकंदर विकास है।
ये भी हकीकत है कि अगर आप चाहें इस दफा बिहार में आपको जरूरत नहीं है किसी जैसे जेडीयू की, आपको जरूरत नहीं। अगर हम देखते हैं एनडीए का ब्रेकअप, तो एनडीए के ब्रेकअप से साफ हो जाता है कि अगर बीजेपी चाहे तो आप जो बाकी पार्टियां हैं, लोक जनशक्ति, हिंदुस्तान आवाम मोर्चा, उपेंद्र कुशवाहा की पार्टी और साथ ही साथ अदर से कुछ लेके आप ऑलमोस्ट अपनी सरकार खुद ही बना सकते। मतलब अब तक बीजेपी थोड़ी जूनियर पार्टी की भूमिका में रही, अब आप 92 पे हैं, जेडीयू 84। आपको लगता है कि रोल रिवर्सल हो गया है बिहार में?
मुझे लगता है कि जोड़ी ने जो परिणाम दिए, उस परिणाम को न सिर्फ हमने स्वीकार किया, उसका अभिनंदन किया, लेकिन ये परिणाम प्रतीक है कि आगे चलकर बिहार के लिए किस विकास के मुद्दे पर हमें काम करना है। वो संकल्प हमने, चाहे मत्स्य पालन की दृष्टि से हो, चाहे महिला के उत्थान की दृष्टि से हो, चाहे युवा पीढ़ी के योगदान की दृष्टि से हो, उसको सुचारू रूप से जनता के सम्मुख प्रस्तुत किया। जनता ने इसी जोड़ी को, इसी एनडीए के परिवार को अपना आशीर्वाद दिया और परिवार ने जो संकल्प लिया है बिहार के भविष्य के लिए, निश्चित रूप से उस संकल्प पर हम खरे उतरेंगे।
हमारे सहयोगी ये चुनाव विशेषज्ञ ऋषि मिश्रा आपसे सवाल करना चाहते हैं।
विनोद तावड़े जी का बयान आया है कि नीतीश कुमार मुख्यमंत्री होंगे या नहीं, उस पर विनोद तावड़े जी ने कहा है कि पांचों पक्ष मिलकर यह तय करेंगे कि मुख्यमंत्री कौन होगा। तो अभी तक मतलब नतीजे तो आ गए हैं, लेकिन तय ये नहीं हो पा रहे हैं कि नीतीश कुमार सीएम होंगे या नहीं होंगे।
मैं आपको पुनः याद दिलाती हूँ कि जो राहुल जी ने मेरे स्वागत हेतु शब्दों में कहा कि मैं वर्तमान में अपनी पार्टी हेडक्वार्टर में नहीं हूँ, ये घोषणाएं मेरी पार्टी की नेतृत्व ने ऑलरेडी कर दी हैं। अगर आपको भरोसा ना हो तो राहुल जी के ही कुछ इंटरव्यूज के कुछ अंश आप पुनः प्रसारित कर सकते हैं। मैं इतना ही कहूंगी कि हमारी लीडरशिप ने अपना वक्तव्य, मंतव्य इस विषय पर स्पष्ट कर दिया है। आगे चलकर भी किस प्रकार में सरकार में क्या क्या भूमिका कौन कौन निभाएगा, ये मेरा पार्टी का नेतृत्व स्पष्ट करेगा।
विजय त्रिवेदी आप सवाल करना चाहते हैं स्मृति जी।
विजय त्रिवेदी बोल रहा हूँ। एक तो बहुत बहुत बधाई आपको और भारतीय जनता पार्टी को। और अभी राहुल जी भी बता रहे थे कि बिहार में महिलाओं का जो योगदान है, कंट्रीब्यूशन है, वो इस चुनाव में भारतीय जनता पार्टी एनडीए की जीत का सबसे बड़ा कारण है। और पिछले भी कई चुनाव हैं जिसमें महिलाओं ने बड़ा योगदान दिया, मध्य प्रदेश के चुनाव में भी। तो मेरा सवाल ये है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की एक मजबूत महिला नेता लंदन में बैठी हो, तो नेतृत्व देने में भारतीय जनता पार्टी महिला नेता को क्यों कंजूसी कर रही है?
क्यों दिल्ली में रेखा गुप्ता को तो बनाया ही सही।
मैं
एक मजबूत नेता
न सिर्फ रेखा गुप्ता है, बल्कि मैं स्वयं यहाँ पर अपने राष्ट्र का प्रतिनिधित्व, मैं वर्तमान में जहाँ हूँ वहाँ पर राष्ट्र में महिला और राजनीति में महिला की भूमिका, उसी परिचर्चा में सम्मिलित होने आई हूँ।
मोदी सरकार की बात हो रही है।
मैं इतना ही कहूंगी विजय जी, आपने हमारे संगठनों को वर्षों वर्ष तक, चाहे वो विचार परिवार का संगठन हो या भारतीय जनता पार्टी हो, वर्षों वर्ष तक मेरे संगठन को बढ़ते देखा है और सशक्त होते देखा है। इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं होनी चाहिए कि मेरा संगठन एकमात्र वो पहला राजनीतिक दल है जिसने महिलाओं को आरक्षण अपनी पार्टी के अंदर दिया। इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं होनी चाहिए कि मेरा संगठन वो संगठन है जिसने 33% आरक्षण का बिल पारित किया। इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं होनी चाहिए मेरा संगठन वो संगठन है जिसने आज देश की राजधानी में एक महिला मुख्यमंत्री को स्थापित किया है। निश्चित रूप से आपकी जो मेरे लिए अभिलाषाएं हैं, निश्चित रूप से मेरे संगठन के नेता इस विषय को, इस मंतव्य को सुन रहे होंगे, लेकिन आज का दिन मुझे नहीं, बिहार की महिला शक्ति को समर्पित है।
स्मृति जी, अगला बीजेपी के लिए जो बड़ा चुनाव है, वैसे तो तमिलनाडु में है, लेकिन बीजेपी के लिए बड़ा नाक का सवाल है पश्चिम बंगाल का चुनाव। आपको लगता है कि बीजेपी की जेडीयू के साथ बिहार में इस जीत के बाद जो बंगाल में कार्यकर्ता हैं, वोटर, उनमें भी एक्स्ट्रा उत्साह आएगा इतनी बड़ी जीत के बाद कि इस दफा हम लोग ममता को हरा सकते हैं?
राहुल जी, हर चुनाव के परिणाम के बाद आप और मैं जब चर्चा करते हैं तो आप हर अगले चुनाव को बीजेपी का नाक का सवाल बना देते हैं, चाहे वो चुनाव विधानसभा का हो, चाहे वो म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन का चुनाव हो। मैं इतना ही कहूंगी कि बंगाल की जनता भी इच्छुक है कि विकास के पथ पर और अपराध रहित समाज में वो रहें, और इस मंशा को, उनकी इस अभिलाषा को पूर्ण करने के लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी का एक एक कार्यकर्ता समर्पित है।
अच्छा, एक आखिरी सवाल। हमें मालूम है कि आपको आगे भी बढ़ना है, दूसरे कार्यक्रमों में जुड़ना है, लेकिन ये जो एक विपक्ष आरोप लगा रहा है कि 10,000 रुपए जैसी स्कीम की आदत पड़ जाएगी वोटरों को, इसके बाद हेमंत बिस्वा शर्मा का आसाम में भी चुनाव है। अगर 10,000 एक बेस बन जाए बिहार जैसे गरीब राज्य में, तो बाकी राज्यों में कम से कम 10,000 वरना ज्यादा की उम्मीद अब वोटर करेंगे। इससे आप कैसे डील करेंगी? वोटरों को लगेगा भाई चुनाव आएगा तो पैसे तो आएंगे हमारी बैंक में।
जिन लोगों ने आज तक महिला उत्थान एंटरप्राइज इन सब विषयों पर शायद समीक्षा ना की हो भाजपा की सरकार के अंतर्गत, वो शायद इस बात से अभी तक परिचित नहीं है कि देश में लगभग 9 करोड़ महिलाएं हैं जो सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स के माध्यम से सालाना $35 बिलियन से ज्यादा का टर्नओवर रखती हैं। उन लोगों को शायद इस बात का इल्म ना हो कि देश में लगभग 25 करोड़ महिलाओं ने जनधन का खाता खोला है। मुद्रा के जो जितने भी लोन्स गए हैं वो लगभग 70% उसमें लाभार्थी महिलाएं रही हैं। ये महिला खैरात पर अपना जीवन व्यापन नहीं कर रही हैं। ये महिलाएं इस सीड मनी को लेकर अपने कारोबार को, अपने छोटे छोटे व्यापार को आगे बढ़ा रही हैं। जिन लोगों को लगा कि ये खैरात है 10,000 रुपए की, वो शायद नहीं जानते कि ये सीड मनी है। ये पहले श्रेणी का एक समर्थन है जो आगे बढ़कर 2 लाख तक की राशि तक जाने वाला है। इन महिलाओं ने अपने स्वावलंबन से ये आर्थिक परिणाम प्रमाण देश की जनता के सामने, देश के प्रशासन के सम्मुख प्रस्तुत किया है। तो इसे किसी भी प्रकार से, किसी खैरात की दृष्टिकोण से या किसी पॉलिटिकल ब्राइब की दृष्टिकोण से देखना उन महिलाओं का अपमान है।
तमाम कार्यक्रमों के बीच में आपने हमारे लिए वक्त निकाला, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। स्मृति ईरानी जी आप जुड़ी हमारे साथ, मुकेश सैनी जी हमारे साथ हैं। अगर हम सैनी जी आंकड़ों पे नज़र डालते हैं तो पिछली दफ़ा आपकी पार्टी की 4 सीटें थी, इस दफ़ा आपका खाता।
Okay, the breaking news coming in is that Tejashwi Yadav has finally won from Raghopur. It's been a disastrous day in the office for the RJD. Historic low for Lalu Prasad Yadav's party, but his son Tejashwi Yadav, the chief ministerial face of the Mahagathbandhan, who's just had to stomach one of the worst performances ever, has managed to win by over 11,000 votes. It was a bumpy ride to this victory. He was trailing at one point by 9,000 votes. He was winning and trailing for a bit, and now he's finally managed to close the deal, seal the deal with 11,000 votes. More than just a little bit of solace to at least personally be able to win, because if he had lost, that would have brought its own share of troubles as far as the RJD are concerned. Our political editor Vasudha is with us live from Patna. Vasudha, finally 11,000 votes, sizable victory by Tejashwi. A sigh of relief, not much solace, but at least he's won.
Absolutely, and if you remember, Shiv, that Raghopur was not something that BJP or the JDU had completely focused on, like we saw in Delhi when the Arvind Kejriwal's seat was completely something that the BJP wanted him to lose. I just want to show you what's happening in the BJP office now. This is something that has been around for the last 6 months, is what I've been told. Nahi bhulega Jungle Raj, nahi bhulenge Jungle Raj. 15 saals mein 18,000 se zyada hatyaएं. That's what they, and these are boards that are there in every nook and corner of the BJP office, and I do believe, as somebody who was on ground for a few days, I do think that this Jungle Raj narrative is something that is very key to people's way of voting in Delhi. I know some of our colleagues disagree with this, but I do feel that people of Bihar, especially women, did have a lived experience, or at least a very real fear of what Jungle Raj could mean to them, and that probably also in some ways propelled them to vote in a unified way for the NDA. What I'm